Hello everyone! Welcome to Dungeon Delvers, the channel of geeky people who delve deeper into the realms of Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah! See, look at that energy. Look, before you started recording, before this, guys, everyone was like this. So,
fucking tired.
So, I appreciate the energy. How is everyone? Fantastic. Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for everyone for following Dungeons Delvers with a Z. We're going to do some more stuff with that eventually because, you know, why not? Why aren't we in this socialistic, capitalistic world that we live in that revolves around followers, likes and things? Aren't we doing anything? Don't know. But eventually, you'll be watching this and we'll be famous, apparently. So, hello, future Fraser, who is famous. Anyway,
what?
Follow Dungeons Delvers with a Z, Dungeons Delvers, that's all one word, and Dungeons Delvers on YouTube. If you haven't already liked and commented and subscribed and hit that notification bell, what the hell are you doing? You've gotten this far, and this stuff hasn't been checked. It's free. It costs you nothing. Alright? Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. But yeah, we really appreciate everything, in all honesty. We're not going to cry if we don't. Everyone say hello. This is the cast of the Dungeon Delvers, Icewind Dale campaign. Rhyme of the Frost Maiden. Everyone say hello. In tandem. 1, 2, 3, go!
Hello!
Everyone's back in the room.
Hi.
Fraser's clearly sniffed in line today because he's really, really happy. Right. And I mean for our audience, I mean of... What's it called? Cowpole.
Just digging yourself into a deeper hole right now, man.
There's no hole. I'm the DM. It's fine. I was going to say sherbet because I like to... Anyway. So...
It's a good thing, though, is it?
Huh?
Sniffing a sherbet.
Yes. Anyway, back to the dungeon. I'm going to let you know what happened last time. There's no announcements tonight, unless anyone's got a crazy song that they're going to be recording. No? No one's got a guitar this time? No? I know you've got a guitar already.
I do, but it doesn't mean I'm going to play it.
It kind of does. All right. So, let's calm it down. Let's jump back into where we left off. We last left our party, also known as the New Dawn, as they bed down for the first time in the tundra for a while. In the comfort of Oakland's dome, the New Dawn stopped to take stock after a volley of battles. Sentry, more cautious, spots an owl peering into the party's direction before swinging into it, and it disappears into the atmosphere. Into nothing. Curious and cautious, Sentry wakes the party, warning them of a possible fey creature. With more curiosity towards Jackal, Jackal's new guide, Lex. Sentry and Seir and Athena follow to ask questions to make sure they are who they say they are. With no other option, they headed back into the dome for a long rest. Vivid dream comes to Sentry, or vivid vision comes to Sentry, with a scene coming from the past with Adrian, Sentry's former father, in a fishing boat, talking about Tourmaline and the past to possible future of Tourmaline and the way it's going. Speaking of moments, weeks before he passes. Coming to the consciousness of the party continues their journey back to Bryn Shander, with Thazor and Lex as their guide. Lex and Jackal catch up about a mission regarding Vendilion, Jackal's father, where Lex expresses they know someone called Quartet for more information. Crossing over dangerous terrain and snowy tundra, the New Dawn managed to climb down a dangerous mountainous pass towards where would direct to a lake, or a frozen lake, where a familiar sound was heard in the air. A giant creature, now clearly known to Jackal, as he sees it fly through the sky, wings crashing everywhere. As, in the distance, you hear a large thud. Ground shakes to a stop. And that's where we left off. That part.
Yeah.
So, if I remember, you guys have just crossed over the lake. You have kind of started to settle down, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So, your dome is currently up, Oakland.
You're mute.
You're muted, darling.
Yeah, I believe we finished it. I'm not sure.
I believe you have.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
because I was talking to Creek, so I'm sat inside with Creek currently.
So, as I remember, it was you and Creek who were inside the dome. The rest of you, say whereabouts are you at the moment? Were you in or out? I think you were just about to go in, weren't you?
Yeah, I was just about to go in.
Jackal's outside with his bow drawn. And Sentry is where? Where's Sentry right now?
If I wasn't in, then
If I recall, you were just about to. Well, you weren't going in just yet. You were kind of on the outside.
Yeah, that's fine then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jackal. Sorry, not Jackal. Thazor was on his way in to the dome, and Lex was with Jackal at the time, so they were together. Everyone hears this incredible, well, just this wingspan of this creature. Jackal, you are the only person who can identify this as a dragon or dragon-shaped object. You've seen or read about dragons in the past. This is a creature known to you. Not well, but you are aware of them and you know what size, and it is the only thing you can think of that matches the description. You hear this crash in the distance as well as all of you. Just this boom, almost this sonic boom of noise just literally just ripples over the party, and there's just a stillness afterwards as the ground stops just shimmering. What do you do?
Not a dragon, he said. Who said it was a dragon, he says. Sayer's going to snap his head back in the direction of where the sound came from.
Okay.
And see if he can pinpoint where it came from.
Absolutely. You can make a perception check for me if you want to do that.
Mainly trying to hear. To hear
Perception with advantage on hearing and smell, I believe.
Yes, that's right. 21.
With a 21, I would say with Sayer's smell, it's a bit far off in the distance to smell anything or hear anything in particular. You have heard the crash, and you know and you are aware it is the sound of something huge impacting the ground. In terms of smell, with a 21, I'll give it to you. In the air, there was no scent of anything that's organic. And in fact, with a 21, you smell almost the smell of like a furnace. Like fresh iron being crafted.
Right. What? Remind me again. Were we just on a plain? Just a flat plain of snow?
You are over the other side of the river. You have seen a kind of dugout area which is a path. And that path does lead to the area where you saw the direction of the creature go.
Okay.
So you can see the direction of where it would go. It would be almost like a natural path to travellers and merchants. But you are on a flat plain in terms of where you are. There are some hilly areas in the distance, but that's it.
Sayer will quickly pop his head into the shield or bubble, whatever, and say, I'm gonna quickly go check out what that was.
Shouldn't we all go together? I mean, putting out the dome again isn't a bother to me, but I'd rather we all stick together at this point.
That sounded like a big third, whatever it was.
Well, anyone who wants to come with. You're all welcome to.
Are you happy to go, Creek?
Yeah. If we stick together, our numbers should be better.
I'll nod and I'll walk out of the dome, and the dome will...
Okay, yeah. Just like
dissipate.
A strange kind of bubble apparating, just arcane, just kind of flutters everywhere. And you see a small patch on the floor, a circle of no snow, where the atmosphere would have, been warmer. So it's just left a dent.
As soon as you guys come out the bubble, Sayer will already kind of be following his nose, going in the direction of where he last.
Yeah. Nasals and at the arrest. You smell and you put your nose up, and you smell the familiar smell of the furnace and the iron, very strongly coming from a northern breeze. I would say, coming straight from you. So this wind is travelling towards you as the snow is kind of fluttering. It's one of those weird snow flurries where it's kind of is snowing, but it's fluttering and then it's a bit everywhere. It's not heavy, but I would say that. And also, it is dark. So that's what you need to remember.
Yeah, I have my Rite of Flame already.
Cool. You are obviously just flickering in the distance. What you did see, Jackal, actually, you rolled quite a high perception check last time, didn't you, Jackal?
I think I did.
It was over 23.
Stand by, let me have a quick flick. 22 is what I got.
Fine. If you got over 23, you might have got something else.
I was going to say, Jackal sort of looking at it, he would have mounted up on Athena immediately and came over to the others and just said, I think this is something that's going to require all of us. I suggest we approach quietly. If my eyes weren't deceiving me, I believe we might be dealing with a dragon. And when he says that, he's going to think back to looking at it. And does he almost... He's going to try and see if he recognises it as anything, or if he's like heard about it from other bounty hunters that might have dealt more in mythical creatures and that. Just to see if he knows any more information.
Make a general history check for him.
History check. That's a 2.
Not more than you know currently, which is that it's a very dangerous creature. In terms of where you find them, what types, you're not quite sure. You've been trained in the background of animals and creatures and just understanding their territories. Realistically, you don't know much about what dragons do natively, but you know not to screw with them.
Has anyone said to us so far it's a dragon?
Except
For all the people
Jackal
who
just said
probably
it.
didn't see it.
Jackal.
Literally just come over and said, to
That's
you
fine.
guys.
Oh, I thought that was to Athena. Sorry.
No. So I was like addressing everyone that was sort of within the bubbly
Jackal's
dome area.
over with his new bow and Athena and currently dressing. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Oakland didn't see it, so.
I mean, I'm still going, so I'm just...
Yeah, we'll follow. Or
I'm so dead, I'm kind of locked on right now.
Just to let you know, all of you you didn't necessarily see it, but you definitely heard something. It's almost like when a plane flies over you. You don't see the plane, but you know it's a flipping
The sound.
Yeah. So you are all aware of this thing flying over.
Does Oakland know anything about dragons?
If he said dragon, make a quick history check for me.
Creep. Know anything about dragons?
Interesting. Make one with disadvantage
No.
because probably no.
Yeah, probably. History check, did you say?
Yeah. What did Oakland get?
Natural one.
Natural one.
Well,
The moment has taken you. You are in this awe of this moment of what's going on, and you can't think clearly about the dragons. But I mean, from what you do know generally, they are dangerous creatures. They're large creatures. They are very rarely seen, and it wouldn't surprise you if you saw one in the snow. But yeah, don't screw with them.
Okay.
Creek, what did you get?
6.
A 6? Absolutely no, nothing.
No. Don't think so, but I thought it was
Eldath
always
does
worth.
not condone dragons.
Eldath is not happy about dragons.
No.
Dragons are just like, no, we don't mix them.
No.
Okay.
What did you say, Sentry?
This dragon flying overhead may be the same one that we've been looking for beforehand. Let's get there quickly before the clans of the area get there.
Creek's just going to kind of sort of slightly just quickly turn around and look at Sentry and go, you were looking for a dragon? I did not know that.
That was what the teleportation was supposed to take us close to.
Well, they say it was a dragon, but they said it was some sort of beast. But we assumed.
You hear Thazor storm up to you as soon as you say that, Sentry. Go, dragons? Well, we did say we weren't going to engage, if you remember. It was just find out information and go. That was the plan.
Yes, we're going to find out information.
No,
and
no,
then-
no. If we know it's a dragon, which Jackal has confirmed, that's enough for me. Let's go.
Well, I mean, shouldn't we go and see what kind of dragon it is?
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
Sounds like
A nice
cow.
dragon. Maybe it might be not. Maybe it's a baby, and we
Say
can
interrupts everyone and says it smelled like a furnace.
A furnace.
Oh no!
I
doesn't
Didn't
sound
smell
right.
organic.
was gonna say, like, dragons are, you know, in a way a furnace, but they must smell of something.
Yes, but there wasn't any flesh.
That's
Maybe
Like
strange.
it was like a smithy.
Well, if it adds any information to the pile, it didn't look quite fleshy as it flew over the sky. It
But
almost
at least
looked
want to take a closer look
bionic.
before we go.
should we go and have a look? Like maybe like try and hide in the snow or something. And
I don't
know-
see why not. It's an opportunity to have a look and maybe investigate and learn something.
Can we just take a second to realise that it's a dragon? There are only a
But
wee
we-
number of us, and then in the past have taken out thousands of my kin, and we're going to go investigate because we're curious. I'm probably not going to go with you. I'm not going to lie.
well, I don't think we're just gonna go and walk up and be like, "Hello, you're a dragon. We're all going to be friends."
Well, it sure
I
sounds
don't
like you're
think
going to do
that's
that.
what we're gonna do. No, because we don't. If it doesn't look fleshy, then I don't know. It doesn't.
I mean, you've got two choices here, Thazor. Either you come with us to have a quick look to see what's happened, and then we leave, or you're out in the tundra on your own.
Or, third
to you.
option, we power this beauty back up and we pop off back to Bryn Shander.
So
I don't think we had any luck.
I mean, took us here, and that was an accident. Where the hell is it going to take us next?
Good question. But I believe in my abilities. But that's the only one way to find out.
Go on, say lead the way.
And he kind of looks down, like really, like you've struck a nerve with him. You know when you're telling someone that they're, you've done your job wrong, like.
Yeah, Sayers kind of lightly jog in the direction you saw and try and get it in view without like being far enough away to where it wouldn't notice you.
I think
you can
we'll
kinda
try
see
to
what it
be
is.
stealthy
Okay.
as well.
So,
Oh, my goodness.
are you all following Saya?
Yeah,
Nice and quietly.
Okay, so I would like everyone to make stealth checks, just so we know.
Advantage because my armor there.
As you go past Lex, Jackal, they look at you and go, "Are you sure you want to be messing around with their kin?"
What do you mean there, Ken? You mean dragons?
Dragon kin, of course.
Well, messing's a very loose term. I think we'll do our best to try and survey the area and then assess our situation. If this is a loose dragon, then it's one of the last things that Ten Towns needs right now. It's gonna need to be dealt with one way or another.
But did it not sound like that creature plummeted to the earth? As you know as well as I do, Jackal, that sounds like a creature dying, not a creature living.
Well, then it'll be all the more reason for us to have a look, see what's going on. If something's killed this creature, then there's obviously a bigger unknown threat out there which we might need to know about.
If something has killed that creature, you're going towards a dragon killer. Do you think that is a clever idea?
There's,
Oh yeah.
I don't think any decision out in these snowy wastes is ever a good decision, so we've managed to make it this far. We might as well keep going. I hear you, Lex, but like I said, like you said to me earlier, there's bigger things that we need to worry about, and perhaps this is one of the ways which might help guide us in some way or another.
I respect your valor, Jackal. Your father would be proud of this. But in some ways, I believe it was his downfall.
So, what do you suggest, Lex?
We follow, we carry on, but we be very vigilant. We do not engage.
We're not engaging. We're just looking.
You're miles away from this, by the way. You are like
Oh.
40, 50 feet away from this conversation.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try and just think on what Lex said, and I want to try and see if he's actually being genuine about what he's saying, and if he is almost fearful about approaching
Okay, make
whatever.
make an insight
this
check.
might be.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, not so whether he's lying, but more so this time looking into whether he might be. Yeah, sorry, more so that they might be a bit worried or weary. 13.
13. You can't see much around them in terms of what their expression is quite still, as a bounty hunter is trained to hide emotion, as you are currently aware. So trying to figure out what they interpret as worry or danger, bit difficult, but with the tone of voice they're using, it's very sincere to what you think.
Okay. Look, Lex, I do hear what you're saying, and part of me does agree with you. Maybe it is best to turn around and keep trying to make our way back to civilization, but I mean, the group, and especially Saya, seems dead set on determining what this is, and yeah, I've got to follow the democracy behind our group.
And like I said to you earlier, Jackal, I am here to follow, a guide, protection, whatever you need. But I do offer counsel, and it's up to you whether you take it.
I appreciate it, Lex. Perhaps keep close to us and keep on with this council as we get closer. We can always turn back. I encourage you to speak with the others if you are so weary about what might occur up ahead. For now, I suggest we stay low, keep quiet, and do our best to look out for each other.
So at this moment, he puts his hands like in a gestural position. You see them look at you, and they kind of like put their hands like this, and then one fist goes like this, and then goes straight into the other, goes into like a bow, and then you see their eyes just go straight white, and they look at you and go, "I shall be back shortly." And you see a spiral of this kind of musk energy of this marble white force as it, and you just see before you an eagle, and you see it just go, and it just literally flies off.
Oh shit. Does Jackal know of anything like this? Has he ever seen anything like this before? Know what's just happened?
Make a quick Arcana check.
Can't check. It's an 11. Not
11.
too bad.
I mean, you are aware it is an arcane trick. Okay. With your past, you do recognise that Farmoon, the clan, they are mainly druidic in nature. They do use a lot of druidic magics. This is putting those two and two together. You're not dumb enough to not understand that this might be some transformation he's done. You're not aware of the spell, but you know he's changed.
Right, okay. And at this point, how far away is, I imagine, Sayers at the front? How far away
in this conversation, Sayer has gone 50, 60 feet. He's bombing it towards. The rest are following. So at this point, I would like a marching order as you're following Sayer.
I'm in the middle.
I presume Jackal will be at the back, but Jackal will try and get within 30 feet of Sayer
What's your movement speed?
as quick as he can. On Athena, it would be 40.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to dash because we want to keep our stealth, so 40 feet.
Okay, Creek.
She'll go behind Oakland.
Okay. Sentry.
So imagine, yeah.
Where were you, Chloe? Did you say you were second? Or?
I was going to be in the middle, so I assume probably behind Sarah unless Jackal's there.
Cool. I'll
Jackal's right at the back. at the moment, trying to
I'll
catch
go
up.
checking them.
So
Cool.
so far it's Saya, Creek, Sentry, Oakland, and Jackal. Is that right?
No.
No.
Just say it all again. So
I don't-
Say
Yeah, that's
Sentry, Oakland Creek.
Saya, Sentry, Oakland, Creek. Cool.
Yeah.
And then Jackal and Thena.
Jackal.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And then
What's your movement speed?
wherever-
Saya?
My movement speed is 30.
30. I would say. Are you going at full pace or are you waiting?
Full pace. He's fucking locked
Okay,
on.
Cool. You got to be a
I've
character.
done
Literally, you see Saya bombing it, and I would say this creature in the distance, or where you would assume it would have hit, is probably about maybe 300 to 400 feet away. But you heard that, you didn't see it. Okay. So you've still got a little bit to go. I would say at full pace, Jackal, you would be able to catch up with Saya.
Nice. So yeah, I'll get within 30 feet of him, and then as soon as I'm within 30 feet of Saya, Jackal is going to use his silent speech ability to say, Saya, just slow down a sec. Lex, well, I think we have a scout, and he's going to check out what's going on. I'm a bit worried about what we might be running into. I think it's good to survey the area first from a disguise perspective. Hold on the reins.
There slows down a little bit.
Okay, so you kind of collect yourself and you all start moving. Do the rest of you collect yourself, or do you all carry on, or what? The rest of your party, what are you doing? So Sentry, are you carrying on? Oakland Creek, are you carrying on, or are you just?
Well, we're still walking towards it, I
Yeah.
assume, boy.
Yeah, well, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll still be walking towards it, but we will slow down.
Okay, cool. Fazl's kind of following you, Creek, just behind you. As he tries to catch up, and he's kind of like stumbling, battling the snow a little bit, as he's obviously a lot shorter. As he kind of like you see this Jackal as he passes you, as you pass him, sorry, and he kind of like resents that you were on a mount of sorts, and you see him struggling, kind of like going through a bit like a Gimli situation. Just like
Us
sort
dwarves
of-
are natural sprinters.
I'll sort of keep an eye on him, and if he sort of stumbles a bit, I'll sort of grab onto the back of his coat. And
yeah,
stay-
you do
stay-
so a few times as he kind of like nearly face plants the
Yeah.
snow, and you're grabbing, and you kind of make it goes, there's a perfectly good path. Yeah.
I'll just keep hushing, like shh, shh, shh. Like, just
gets grumpy dwarf.
Yeah.
What's it called? Noise that you don't know how to.
yeah, just keep shushing him and trying to sort
Inaudible.
of,
Yeah.
be like, yeah, inaudible
Cool.
grump
Yeah,
dwarvish.
basically.
Yeah.
So as
yeah.
you guys slow down, you kind of like start moving at pace, and you all walk together towards this goal. Do you want to rearrange your marching order at this point?
I'm still at the front.
No.
Okay,
As soon as Jackal says his message, he will keep towards the back.
cool, amazing. So you guys carry on. The wind's again howling. It is dark. Say your sense of smell becomes a bit more heightened in this state. I would say, obviously, with your roll, let's just do it for flavour. And you do smell, obviously, the same smell. Make another perception check for me while you're in the front.
I was going to say, whilst we're going as well, Fraser, I'll be keeping an eye out for like any tracks, movement of others before us, or like any pieces around of clothing or such.
Okay. Make an perception check or investigation if you're going to stop.
I got 17 on my perception, by the way.
Good to know.
Oh my eye!
I didn't read it out.
I got disadvantage, by the way. 16.
16. What are you looking for in particular? Just anything, or
Tracks, pieces,
tracks? Anything. Okay. With a 17, it's very interesting because there's no like shrapnel of bits. If you look at, I mean, you're going maybe 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in. You're becoming closer to where you're supposed to be. It's becoming up and down, a little bit hillious terrain as you become closer to where the sound is, and you're looking around, and there's no sign of anything that would give away that it's broken or anything's fling off, or you get what I mean. There's nothing on the floor. until you get another 2-3 minutes in, and it's very strange because you see parts of just metal, and it's just, and say you see this, you're the first one to see this. It's just this long shard of, just looks like iron, just sticking out the ground, fresh, and where it is around, the snow is just melted away, and it's just slap bang in the middle of the ground.
I would like to investigate it.
Yeah, make an investigation check. And tell me how you're investigating it, so I know what you're doing.
Wait, just describe
We
what it
all
looks.
see this, or is this just him? by the
So,
way?
say sees this first, you will all come and see it, so I'm assuming at this point everyone sees it. It's just, imagine just this slightly curved bit of iron. It's about maybe 1.5 feet long, wide, and maybe 5 to 6 feet long. It's pretty big, but it's just
Can I
stuck in the
assist
ground.
him?
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
way I investigate it is I kind of run my hand across to see if there's any like crevices or anything, like
Okay.
anything that can be
As
pressed down.
soon as you run your hand across, it's hot, really hot to the touch.
Oh God. Yeah, and I'll help Saya have a look at it because Oakland would be intrigued in the material.
Okay, yeah.
You want to give me advantage then?
Yeah.
Do one with advantage, yeah. Why not?
Creek's just going to sort of stand near Oakland and just sort of look at what's going on.
Yeah, Oakley won't be touching it, by the way.
Okay, so how
Because
are
of
you
the heat.
investigating it?
I'm looking round, like pointing out
Just
to.
like-
Yeah, while Saya runs, I'm like, oh, look at that sort of thing. Like I'm helping him and pointing where he's looking, but she will not touch it because of the temperature.
Okay.
Give the roll. Roll up, roll up, roll up. Am I rolling or are you rolling?
Oh, you're rolling.
Anyone roll with
I'm on.
advantage. Either one of you. Doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll do it then.
Yeah, you'll take a lead.
Okay, 15. With a 15, you don't get much more than you did. But what you do get from this is that it is definitely a rare metal. Like, you've got your swords and you've seen, like, metals and craftsmanship from Jackal and things. You see the glisten from this off your blade as the flame flickers in the iridescent metal. Might give you one of this. Let's have a think. Oakland, give me a history check with disadvantage.
Oh.
Oh my god! Fucking hate this.
Not now, you're getting them out now, it's okay.
Good, natural one. Yeah, it's a very rare metal. That's all you know. You don't know
Because
what
I
Are
got
there
an
any-
natural one, I can't make a observation, can I? I assume.
No.
So I can't
there
like
any,
look at a tree and go, oh, like.
No. It is literally that instant in what you're thinking about, and nothing comes to
Okay.
Are there
Just
any
the way they're
shards
all-
of this metal or anything in the ground?
Say again?
Like around it? Are there any like shards or pieces of this metal in the ground?
With that investigation, you look around as well. Just this.
There's no like little pieces. Or
No, like pellets or other bits of
Damn.
shell, yeah.
I was gonna be like, I want to take this metal and forge it into a sword.
Why do you think I made it 5 foot? Like, no joke. It's fine.
Okay. Well, in that case, Sayer's just gonna assume we can't really claim anything more from this, and he's gonna start moving on.
Okay.
Towards
do you
the
say
direction
anything to
of-
your party while you're doing it, or is it just in your head and to you and Oakland?
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of. Sayer's gone into that mode. He's gone into where he's just like, I'm just
Primalist.
too focused. I forget about my teammates right now. I'm just too focused on
Cool.
this shit.
Good to
Yeah,
Okay.
and then he just walks off.
So you carry on.
Yeah,
Is
it's way too hot for Oakland, so she's just going to put
Yeah.
her hands back in the snow and get to a good
it
temperature.
was getting a bit uncomfortable for you. Definitely hanging around it. What I would say is that does everyone follow Oakland and Sayer in the direction they were going?
As because Creek was sort of standing near them.
Yeah.
Like
Got time
next
to do
the
something while they
thing.
were investigating. It took a minute or so to do that. So
Just as they're walking back, like the scene from Hot Fuzz, she's just sort of with her stick, just going to sort of hit it as in like, it's a bit of old junk.
yeah.
And then sort of start, like, old junk. Like that's kind of what she's thinking.
Okay.
Like, oh, it's just a
Fazor
silly bit
looks
of metal.
very intrigued with what you do. He's like, oh, and he waits for something, and he's like, oh.
And she's going to turn around and walk back with the rest and sort of look at Fazor and just go, just a heap of old junk.
I don't think so, lassie. And he's going to make an investigation check. Let's just see what he can find. Okay. Wow.
The tension.
He waits for everyone to go, kind of thing. Jackal, are you still behind him? Or are you following everyone else? This
Jackal-
dwarf
Jackal
is held
remain at
back.
the back.
He is stopping. Everyone is carrying on. What are you doing?
Jack will remain at the back, and
Okay.
if Fazor stops, he will just stop and just wait a couple of seconds. If he's there for longer than a minute, Jack will hurry him up.
Okay, he literally just.
So-
I was gonna say, I'm not leaving if we're not separating the group. I'm making sure that we're all staying close.
Okay, because Sayer is gone, so just like.
Oh fucking god!
Yeah, if he's moving away, then I'll call out for everybody to.
I
hold
would
fire.
have stopped to see that he's going and having a look, and just sort of kind of slowly walking, but keep turning around, so I'm not heading off, but kind of just being like, "Come on, Fazor, let's go."
Just one
kind
minute.
of
One
thing.
minute. This is it's very interesting.
Come on, it's just junk. Ignore it. You wanted to get back to Bryn Shanda. Let's go.
Right, just hear me
Straight
out.
out, yeah.
Hear me out. This is a very rare metal. You know that.
I guess if that's what you're saying.
If my memory serves me right, and he gets his monocle, and he kind of have a, like, in this kind of like moment, he has like mini monocles come out like tick 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 tick,
Yeah, yeah.
and he kind of.
Creek's gonna walk back to sort of be near him and be like, "What are you doing?"
This is a. I'm trying to think what it is. It's made of shardolin. Do you know what shardolin is?
Shardolin?
It's one of the strongest metals in the realm.
Okay, well,
This goes for thousands of gold. Thousands. just
we
sitting
can't. We can't pick it up. It's too hard.
I know that, wee lass, but I'm just saying, whatever dropped this over there is made of shardolin. That's not good.
Well, then we better go, then, hadn't we? You wanted to get out of here. Now you're the one holding us all up.
I'm holding you up for good reason. But I'm following nonetheless, because it's my duty. And Flynn will kill me and probably take my arm off.
Well, that's true. Well, what do you want us to do? This thing is too big and it's too hot for us to take.
I want you to warn the most... I want you to warn the party.
Well, all right. Well, just don't do anything. Or
I'm going to
touch
follow.
anything.
I'm following you. I'm not
All
gonna
right. And she's just sort of gonna run and sort of shout to the others, like, "Wait!
Do you guys do anything?
Say it doesn't wait.
Say
He
he's
keeps going.
Say he's bombing
He's
it.
marching on. He's
Yeah,
out.
I'm in the middle, so. Oh, hold on a minute.
Okay. So who waits and who doesn't? Just let me know.
Jackal's gonna wait.
I'm near Sayer, aren't I? Because I technically am keeping pace with him.
Mm.
Because we got the same speed.
Yeah.
Yes, you do have the same speed.
I will, hearing, obviously,
Yeah, you will hear this.
that going on, I'm going to tap his shoulder and go, Sayer, just 1 second. Wait.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we pause for just 1 second? Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
That was Mark. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to just tap onto Sayer's shoulder, not like grab him and go, "Come here," sort of thing. I'm just gonna, tap him and just say, "Hold on, just a second. It might be important." And I'm just going to look back, but I'm going to stop with Sayer and
Okay.
look back.
Are
I'm
you
not going
trying
to
to
move
get
back.
Sayer to stop?
Yes,
Yeah, I've already stopped.
Okay, good. I was going to say make a strength check, but you stopped. That's fine.
breaks my arm.
Ah, 20 points of damage. Right. Yeah, so you all stop. And you, by the way, it's pitch black. You can see silhouettes in the distance. You can see quite clearly Oakland, but Sayer, it's pretty dark in the distance over there. What'd you do?
I'm just gonna, personally, I'm just gonna stay there and wait for someone to say something.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm waiting to.
Yep. You can definitely all wait if you wish. And as this is happening, Thazor kind of runs up with Creek at his hindquarters. It just runs and runs and runs as fast as he can. and eventually makes it up to Sentry. Creek, now you see Sentry in front of you.
Wait. Sazor says we've all got to stop. Apparently, something about Chardolin and something's very important. Sazor, what were we saying?
Basically, right. And this is getting me curious now, because... Sentry, do you know what you're made out of?
Pretty sure he's already asked me that.
He has.
Dazzle, no, I don't.
It wouldn't surprise me if you're made of very similar material to what we found back there. It's got an oily firm, it's tough as rubber, and it glistens pearlescent in the light. Yours didn't do that, but I can probably give a swing that it's made of the same properties. As that is Chardolin, which is the hardest metal I have came across known to man. Or dwarf, in this case.
What do you want? What do you? But why are we stopping? Why did you want everyone to stop?
So,
it's too hot. It's too big to take anywhere, and you wanted to get out of here.
No.
So what's going on?
If we go up to it, that thing, and it's still alive and it's made out of this, we don't stand a chance. That's the problem.
Well, then shouldn't we just get out of here then?
Absolutely what I've been trying to tell you back 200 more yards ago. But
well, you were the one saying you wanted to go and have a look at it. You were saying that you were inspecting
I
it.
certainly did not say that. I said I want to go.
I gotta admit,
yeah.
he didn't say that.
We all were going back, and then you were going and inspecting it, and you were having a look at it and everything.
I don't want to come within 50 feet of this thing. I really don't want to. But that person over there with the claws seems to think it's a good idea.
Either which way, the information that we're bringing back at the moment is of no particular use to anybody.
We've got our proof. Our proof is here. We've got confirmation it's a dragon. We can go. That's our job done.
And you think they're really going to believe us just like that?
They believe me. Well, I mean, they don't really believe me, but Lynn believes me, and if Lynn tells them, then they'll believe Lynn. Lynn is more trustworthy than I am. I don't really have a say in these things.
And when they say you saw this thing dead on the ground, you'll say,
we don't know if it's dead on the ground. How do you know it's dead on the ground?
Point
Exactly.
proven. Let's go and have a look.
You're currently 30 feet away, Oakland, if you want to shout this.
Oh, damn it! I thought he ran up to us.
No.
Never mind.
You are in
I
the middle.
said nothing.
So you've got you and Saya, and all the way back here you've got Sentry, Thazor, Creek, Athena,
Right.
and Jackal.
Makes more sense now. I said nothing.
So how are you sure that's what it is? You went to go and have a look at it anyway. So it's this Chardolin?
I can probably hazard a guess that that's made out of Chardolin because I've seen it come and go through the marketplace a few times. And we're talking very wee ounces. And I'm talking like size of a penny. But the problem is, that is as big as me. And this stuff normally goes for hundreds worth of gold. So, not only can we become stinking rich, but we've found our solution. And he gets a big greasy smile through his beard. He's like, and looks at everyone.
So wait, so you want us to pick it up now? I'm getting confused.
I mean, if you can, that'd be great. But I don't really
But you said it was a dragon. Or is it not a dragon? What's going on?
No. I think Jackal said that's a dragon.
No, Jackal said it was a dragon.
I didn't see it's a dragon. I did not see
No,
it.
but you. Okay.
Oh yeah, you're okay. You're getting a little bit confused.
I'm getting very confused.
Out of game.
Basically,
Jackal
what he said,
said
he didn't want to go.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go see it. Charlie,
I was fully aware of what was going on. They were looking at you two were looking at it. I was standing nearby. It was very, very hot. Couldn't get to it, so you started leaving.
Yeah.
I was there, and Thazor was behind me, and I hit it with my stick, saying it was a hunk of junk.
Yes.
And started walking after you guys. Thazor then went over and inspected it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when it's massive, and I was like, it's hot, we can't do anything, and you're like, oh, it's really dangerous, go and tell everybody. So I went and shouted, and then you went, we should get away from it, because if that thing's still alive.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, so then why are we going to pick it up if it's still alive? I'm very confused. I'm getting cross signal shit.
So
we never mentioned
No, but he just, Dazzle's just said we could take that back with us. So I'm like, but that one piece is big, isn't it? I'm very confused.
Okay, I'll paint a picture for you, because theatre of the mind. Let's go. So basically,
that's what I'm very confused, because I thought it was massive, and now it's not small. Now it's not.
The giant creature that potentially has crashed into the ground is now 150 feet away from you. A piece of it has fell off, which is 5 foot high and 1 foot long in diameter, which is sticking into the ground.
That's what I didn't get. I am with you now.
You thought this was the dragon? You thought that piece was the dragon?
Well, I thought we didn't see a dragon. We didn't see anything. We, like I said, we heard something and then a thud.
Very true.
So I thought that we'd come across this bit of metal that we didn't know what it was, so we were inspecting it. I didn't know it wasn't the whole thing. I thought the way it was described, it was we'd just come across a massive piece of metal in the ground. That's why everyone was tense.
Yeah, it was a big metal. It was obviously the thing that flew.
But I didn't hear the bit where we said we've seen something 100 miles in the distance. Okay. I didn't hear that. I just heard we've heard something. We've had a crash.
Why do you think I was going? Why do you think?
Because you're a badass. You're a badass. I don't know.
That's what for no fucking reason.
It's alright. We get it. Let's carry on.
I don't know. I got confused. I got very confused.
It's fine.
Very confused of what was going on. No one was saying things.
Let's pick up where Thazor left off. So Thazor was like, "It's worth a lot of gold, that piece of material back there, but I don't want to know what it's attached to. 150 yards that way. So."
Thank you.
It's up to us what we do. In my eyes, we charge this beauty back up and we pop off, but I'm trying to figure that out. Or we walk back and try and take a chunk of that stuff, even though it takes a unique forge to break down.
We'll need to wait for it to cool down anyway, because it was too hot.
Seeing as it's the strongest metal I know of.
Either which way, we still need to go and find out where the rest of the thing may be.
You can find out. I really don't want to go.
Could we bury this piece of the metal in the ground, like under the snow, to kind of cool it down and keep it from anyone else taking it?
That's a really good idea, actually.
And then I don't know, we put the dome up, keep an eye on it, and then go in the morning or something. It should be cool by then.
I'm with Creek. That's a great idea. Anyone with Creek?
Agree, but I'm still going to have a quick look.
You're 30 feet away, so
I'm
still going to have a quick look.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Your hearing's good enough for that, so I'll let you have it.
What's going on? I'm getting rather confused, sir.
Well, I just want to see what it looks like, and if it's going to stay there, if it looks incapacitated, we know it's going to stay there. It won't be able to move.
I particularly want to look at it as well. It's like something new, but I don't know.
Right? Yeah, I don't intend to engage it. I just want to have a look, and then I'll walk back with the others.
Maybe we should at least let them know. They don't have to come.
I'm sure they'll.
You're currently here, by the way, guys. I'm just going to draw where you are, just so you know.
Okay.
Look at that! Oh, the little green. Okay, there.
Yes.
Got it.
Awesome.
Yeah, say or shout what he just said to, to the others, just so you know. He'll be right back, basically.
Yeah. So are you currently staying on your track? You're going towards the crash?
As soon as I have a quick look for a couple of seconds, then I'll turn back.
Okay.
So I will get an idea what it looks like.
Okay, Oakley's following. The rest of you, you get a sense that the figures in the distance are now moving off. Sentry, you have dark vision. You see this?
The rest of the dragon to be able to report back to the town. The huge hunk of metal isn't going to go anywhere unless you know anybody that can pick it up. I highly doubt it's going anywhere. Dazzle, it's not up for any debate. Either you stay here and wait by the metal, or you come with the rest of us.
Well, I managed to find off those dwarves last. Dwarves. I managed to fight off those wolves last time.
You fought dwarves? Yeah!
I managed to fight those wolves off last time, but I don't want to take my chances around here. So I'm coming with, even though I don't want to.
Cool.
So he continues to follow you. Yeah, he continues to follow. The rest of you guys, are you catching up with Saya?
I am.
Sentry? Yeah.
I said I am.
You
Yeah.
are. Jackal?
Is Creek? Yeah.
Yeah, if everyone else is going, I'll continue.
Okay, so
continue
you
to keep
all
going.
managed to make your way towards Saya, and you kind of like... are you guys slowing down, or Saya, or are you beelining it still?
I'm beelining my
Okay,
dude.
so-
As soon as I get a look, I'm going back.
It's 150 feet away as a guess, so I would say that within maybe 60 feet to... maybe up to 100 feet, Jackal, you are starting to gain on Saya again.
I am with Saya, by the way, as
Yes.
well.
Okay.
I'll be trying to keep up with.
Okay. You all come to a very similar or familiar steep incline of a tundrad hill, and you start climbing. It's not that tall. It's probably a few, maybe 10, 15 feet off the ground, but you start making a steady incline. And you assume that this thing is now probably 50 feet-ish away from you.
Can we see it?
Let me just have a look how actual far you are. Have a gander. Saya, you start going over the top or the peak of this small hill.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely see... oh, actually, you've got... Not dark vision, you've got a light source, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going over the hill with your light source.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Just good to know.
Yeah, I have dark
man
vision
over.
as well. A quick question, actually. With dark vision, if someone's got like light near your eyes, does it like do that obscure thing where you can't quite?
No, it's not like dark
No?
vision. Sorry, not like night
What?
vision goggles.
Yeah, because I didn't know
yeah.
if it was like that sort of thing where it's like
a
you know, big glary.
It's a magical thing where you can see it
Okay.
all normally. Yeah, with
I
night-
wasn't just never
Yeah.
asked that question. I wasn't
It's
sure.
weird, isn't it? In my game, you can see fine. In other people's
Okay.
games, probably something else.
That's fine then. 'Cause I don't want
Okay.
him glaring in my eyes like ah.
So, no, that's fine. I understand. So, the rest of you, as you come over this hill, Saya and Oakland, please make a perception check for me.
24.
9. I got disadvantage anyway.
How far does your light reach out? I think it's 30 and 30. Is that right, Luke? Or is it 20 and 30?
Sayers isn't even a light source. It's you. I thought for just fun GM stuff. You saying
For flavour it is, but it's only like 10 feet. So,
Yeah.
it's not really a light source. You have to make that with disadvantage. So, it would be 10.
Oh, okay.
Oakland, yours is with straight roll, so it's a 9.
Smell and hear. No.
You can still smell and hear with advantage, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
The smell of the furnace that you once smell when this thing flew over is becoming very, very pungent and very strong in your nostrils as you climb over just this little ledge as this flame is over your head, guiding the way. And you
Can I hear anything?
and you swear you hear just the crunching sound of almost like, it's a bit difficult because it's like metal that's bending, but also at the same time it's like melting in steam. It's like it's a very surreal sound.
Right.
What do you do?
Do I not see
Oakland,
anything?
you don't
then?
see really any of this. You just see over in the distance, you see a ledge, kind of another version of this what you're on, but there's something on the hill. You can't quite gather what it is.
God, the blizzard's horrible today. Can you see anything?
No, but I can hear something. And he's kind of pull himself up a little bit and inch a little bit closer to see if he can get a better look.
Okay. Do you move closer?
Yes.
You're currently 50 feet away. How far do you want to move? How close do you want to move?
Be 40 feet away.
40 feet closer.
No. 40 feet away from it.
Okay, so you move 10 feet. Brilliant.
Yeah, I'll just follow suit.
Okay, make another perception check
Yeah.
while you're here with disadvantage.
21.
Mine would
21,
be a 14. It's
14,
better.
brilliant. So actually, in this narrative state, Oakland, as you kind of climb up and start to follow Saya with a 21, you climb over the mound and you just see this incredible, almost like glistening. You know when like a fire's going to an ember? This glistening of metal and junk just in this heap on top of this cliff edge, just sprawled across it. And you swear you can make out claws and arms and a tail and a wing and almost this incredibly weird face it's like a helmet in design. It's got these slats that go across. And what you see on the top is a few raging, like flamed, almost like ignited spikes that go down its spine. And this thing looks like a dragon, but nothing you've ever seen in your life.
Fuck yeah. It's metal as fuck!
And it is literally on the floor, not moving.
Oh, shit.
Can I tell if it's alive or not?
Uh,
Is there any way I'll be able to
make a
tell?
quick medicine check with disadvantage, as you have no idea what this thing's made of.
Yeah. That's fair. God, I don't think I've ever rolled this.
Medicine check, yeah.
6.
No idea.
No idea.
It's giving off light, so possibly.
I think Sayers kind of, since he's actually he's fully seen what it looks like now.
Yeah.
He's smelled it and he's heard what it sounds like. He's kind of, I've done enough. He's gonna kind of look at Oakland and said, I think that's all we should do for now. I don't want to risk anymore. We're close enough.
But
Are you guys trying to be
she's just
stealthy,
like-
by the way, while you're coming here?
Yeah, I'm whispering.
Yeah.
Okay, stealth checks, please. Both of you.
Would really my armor affect how loud I whisper?
Your crunching of the snow in the ground would, though.
I got 16.
Yeah.
16? And what do you get?
6.
Oof. Right. Okay, continue.
Oakland's just gonna stand there because, like, in her mind, this is like a discovery. So she's gonna stand there, like, very hesitant, like she can't make a decision whether she wants to go further or go back.
Okay.
She's very, like,
In two
torn.
minds, yeah.
Yeah.
You say it's going to start going back anyway.
Okay. You start moving back.
Yeah.
The rest of you kind of get to the base of this hill now. And as you see Saya climb back up through where you were going to go, what do the rest of you do?
And we see all of what's ahead there.
So Saya's come back. Do you say anything, Saya? This is as you're coming over the verge. You're meeting practically at the top.
Oh yeah, you guys wouldn't have seen that. You wouldn't have seen what we saw.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, I doubt you.
From where you are, Sentry, you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, I get over the peak of the hill and kind of slide down when I see the others and I say, "Yep, that's definitely a dragon." And I was also right about it not being organic. It's basically a metal dragon, just like you're a metal person.
Creek,
Yes.
you come to the base of this hill, and your mind comes completely clear for almost a moment, as almost you can sense and smell everything, the moisture in the air, the snow, the tundra. It becomes all very intense for one moment, and you just hear in your head, "Be careful, there is danger, danger, danger ahead, ahead." What do you do?
Sort of looking round, kind of almost always turning around and looking around, and then just kind of looking to the others and grabbing any who she can see that are near, and just say, "We have to go. We have to go now. We have to go. We have to leave now."
I was not really intending on doing that. He's just walking.
As you're
back.
doing that, you hear again in your head. It just fills your mind, almost like you can see past the snow, but it's just not there. And you can just hear, "Gather your things, gather your things, gather your things, and your friends, and your friends." Go, go, go.
Is Oaklyn like in arm's reach?
Yes, at this point.
She's just going to grab Oaklyn's wrist and just start charging back as fast as she can.
Okay.
I mean, she won't have much choice because Creek is much stronger than her, but she's going to be a little bit shocked and a bit like torn at this point. She's probably getting dragged, no doubt.
It's gonna pay no mind. He's just like, Jesus Christ, okay. They're just very desperate to go or something. I don't know what's up with them.
You hear
he's just
Fazor
gonna carry
speak up.
walking.
Finally, someone who has sense. Brilliant.
I'm just going to turn around to Fazor and just say, well, do you want to beat me back? Come on, let's go.
We got a race then, eh?
Yeah, sure, race, let's go.
I like races, right? Well, snow's not my friend, so can you give me a bit of time to run? or hobble, either way.
She's just sort of going to break and just be like, just run now, come on.
You've changed your tone a bit. Okay. And do you follow him? He starts running backwards.
I'm just going.
Yeah, I'm just heading absolutely as far as I can.
Okay, so you guys see Creek run the opposite direction from where you were going.
Yep.
Have you
Going
still got
back.
Oaklyn by the cuff?
Yeah, I'm just sort of holding her and I'm just like, come, we gotta go, come on, pick up the pace, come on.
I'm trying.
So I got like, sort of grabbing Fazor and Oaklyn
Yeah,
together.
he kind of skitters on the snow, you know, like...
Yeah, trying to get him to move a bit faster.
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
it seem as though we're kind of going in a frantic direction, or is it literally back in the direction that we'd
Creek?
previously followed?
Are you
Yeah,
fast?
just going back, just following back, doing an about turn and going back the way that we came back to where we were going to set up our camp for the night, just heading straight back and as far away from this sort of...
Going to be
area.
past the big metal thing then?
Yeah, just sort of going past and, you know, just keeping head, like, absolutely fixed point.
Once we start getting to the shard of metal, just like whilst we're all going, Creek, you've really stepped up pace. Is everything okay?
We have to get away, that's all. We just gotta get away right now. Just trust me, okay? We got to get away. Just keep moving.
I already saw it. It's down. It's not moving. There's no rush.
We just gotta keep going. We just gotta keep moving. Everybody gotta
What's
stick
down?
together.
I can't. What
Come on, Basil. Come on, we got no time for
I'm
this.
trying.
The
I'm still going at my own pace.
Which way are you going?
I'm following them back.
Okay.
The way we came.
It's fine.
Yeah, I've been doing that the past, like, yeah. As soon as I saw her running, I was still walking back. That was
Okay.
my intention. I'm just not running.
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, we don't. I don't see anything, Freya. I don't know if you saw the message. Still don't see anything whilst we're.
What did you get on your
moving
perception?
down. You didn't ask me.
I did. Cheeky mister, did you?
I got 9.
Well, you can make a straight roll because you got dark vision, right?
No, I got 9. I got disadvantage.
With sight.
Exhaustion. Yeah, exhaustion.
Oh, thank you. Well done for remembering. With a 9, it's very windy. There's a lot of shale and snow. Yeah, not much you could see from that distance.
That's so good.
Would we have got back to sort of the point where we started by this point?
I would say if you're all heading back towards the shard, maybe 5-ish minutes pass and you get back towards the shard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are now there. If anyone would like to do something.
Yeah.
No, just
Let's take a quick second to just breathe at least, not run head on into something else more dangerous.
I'll let go of Oakland's arm and I'm just going to spin around to Fazor and just say, can you get us out of here?
Well, like I said, if we can charge up this little beastie...
Well, how do we charge it up? What do you need us to do?
Well, I was given it charged, but it had something about magic. So I don't know. I'm not sure. It just needs.
Just gonna grab Fazor and start shaking him and just say, "How do we do this?"
Don't know.
Just gonna put my arm on Creek and just look at her and tilt my head and not say anything.
Does any of you have a map? Has anyone got a map?
I think Jackal has a map, eh?
Jackal, can I have your map, please?
Creek, just breathe for a moment. What's going on?
Just Jackal, can I have your
hands
map?
it over. Yeah, Jackal hands it over, almost taking it back.
She's just gonna start like opening it and sort of trying to gauge where she is and trying to look for where like Bryn Shander is, or the nearest town or something.
You have the map out and you can see where Bryn Shander is. You get the sense where Lex pointed out where you were before, so you get an idea of the area you're in.
Would me and Sentry be back with them by now or no?
Yes, you would.
Sayer's going to look at Greek and say, the last thing we need is blind panic. That's just going to make us go slower. We need to be calm.
Well, then we need to start moving. We need to do something. We can't just stand here with whatever is over there. So we need to just start moving. We need to go, I think it's this way. We need to just get back to some sort of civilization. We need to get back to not just being stuck out in the middle of nowhere where something could try and get us. Some evil could. We've already had so many encounters. We need to get out.
Take a breath. It's okay. You were fine going there. What spooked you? You were fine till you got there. Did you see it?
No. I heard a warning.
Creek,
We've had quite a lot of those.
Creek, make a very quick. Actually, no, you don't need to roll for this.
Yeah, because we've heard voices before.
The voice you've heard, Creek, was a very friendly and familiar voice that reminds you of Eldath. And the voices you've heard for messages and just friendly advice in the past and signs. But this in this kind of musky environment of winds and shale and everything going around, this is a very similar friendly tone. It brings a comfort to you, but at the same time it's like, oh shit.
There was a warning. I was told to get my friends and to get out of here. And I've heard this voice before, and it's guided me, and it's helped me, and it's sent me on this path. I need to listen to it. We need to get out of here.
Not to put doubt with your friend or person who gives you guidance, but we need to, wherever we go, make sure that everybody's with us, make sure that we travel at a cautious pace. When you were found out in the snow, sure, your friend was trying to help you, but you still wound up as an icicle.
I understand that.
With the rest of us, at least.
Well, then what do we do? What do we do then? Are we just going to sit here and be sitting ducks? What do we do? Do we just sit and wait it out?
With your passive perception of 19, you look into the distance of where you've seen, where you've come from, just to double glance back as you normally do. And you swear just over the peak of that hill is a torchlight, almost like the sun just flickers like that.
Jackal's gonna say out loud, sir, you said you smell a furnace. I think it's just started.
Yeah, I assume that would happen at some point. So I was going to suggest getting in the bubble. It makes us invisible, right?
It takes me 10 minutes to get it up, though.
Oh yeah, you put it down, didn't you?
Yes. As soon as I leave, it disappears.
Are there any like snow drifts or anything, or any large rocks in the vicinity of where we are that might be like tall enough, like taller than the dome would be?
So in this landscape, you've seen like the land kind of go up and down and up and down. You can easily find a ledge where it's just out of reach. So like maybe like a dune, like a sand dune kind of thing, but as snow.
Yeah.
So you can find the opposite side of that. Yeah.
Could I sort of direct Oakland and the others towards that and say, why don't we try and sort of hide over here while Oakland gets the dome up? Just if not standing out here, so whatever could see us. Just try and get under some cover, just for the moment. And if nothing happens, nothing happens. But staying
At
out
least
here.
taking rest would be a smart idea. So we'll head over creek.
Well, Oaken, you'll want to get started as soon as you can, I assume.
Creek, make a survival check, just so I know how good your place finding is.
Place finding.
Can we help?
7.
I found place is real good.
You find a place on an embankment, you think it's a good spot, and you point it out to the rest of them.
I was going to say, can we help?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, I mean, she's ideally looking, she's talking as she's speaking, so she is actively, narratively searching for something.
Sort of looking round and...
Yeah, someone else make a survival check.
I
will
can.
allow it. Read out your rolls.
7.
Nope, you find the same spot. You go, yeah, that's pretty good. You agree with Creek.
Well, if they agree, Oakland's too busy in her mind, she'll just start doing the dome.
Okay, start 10 minutes. Cool. Okay, is anybody doing anything as Oakland is starting the 10-minute ritual?
Gonna go. I'm just gonna say Jackal whilst they're completing the ritual. Actually, Saya, your sword, can you put it away or get rid of the brightness?
Sure. Well, I mean, he would have had it sheathed by the time he's going back anyway.
Okay,
So
cool. Creek, do you still have your light source on your staff active?
Yeah, because I can't really see, so it's... But maybe from coming back I would have unheard the thing, I would have dimmed it.
Okay, I mean, I'll give you this anyway. You are allowed to cover it with a cape. And I'm sure Creek would have probably done that.
Yeah, just so immediate, just to kind of...
Yeah.
So it could kind of just guide a little bit,
Yeah.
otherwise she would have been fine, so yeah.
I'll
just
give you that as
keep
that's
still
something
sheath
that you
them.
can do. Okay?
Yeah.
The Jackal, the lanterns, if you can get them as well. And then at least we're here with some form of darkness around us for you, Creek and Jackal. Creek, whilst you're here keeping an eye on everyone, and you, Jackal, if you'll allow me, I can make it so that you can see at least for an hour, but don't shed any bright light around you, otherwise it will impede your vision rather than help it. Would you want this?
Yeah, I trust you, Sentry. It sounds like a good idea. As Jackal will snuff both the 2 lanterns currently round Athena's neck.
Okay. Jackal, as you snuff out the flames and you go and open the lantern as it creaks over, and you just dim the light down, you hear behind you a impact of something hitting the snow hard. As it does, you hear it kind of groan at the same time as you hear and you hear the familiar sound of Lex.
Lex, what's happened? What have you seen?
Lord, we need to get away as quickly as possible.
Lex, whoa, what's happened? Are you hurt?
Yes, very badly. And he kind of like stands up, kind of tries to get his balance. As you can see, their face is covered in blood, and just like you assume their form that they were in still carries and entails whatever damage happens to them permanently. So you just see them stand up and kind of like blood in the snow, really looking rough.
Creek's gonna run over immediately and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh. And they kind of like let themselves up. And as you cast Cure Wounds, it heals and closes some of the wounds. The big bulbous black kind of like burn on his face just goes on their face, just goes, and you just see the eyes kind of come back as he goes, "Don't go that way. We need to leave immediately. There is a dragon amidst the rubble. It is made out of an iron substance. But there is a bigger enemy, a bigger threat there. It is some sort of giant made of fire, and it threw flame towards my direction. I could not get away from it. It is dark and deathly in its menace, and he takes a breath and he goes, we need to get out of here. It is very dangerous."
Again, insight if I can.
What'd you say, sorry, Jackal?
Insight as if to, again, not to see whether he's lying or not, more so to see, again, like, how worried he actually is.
Okay, yeah, insight check.
I was going to say, I'll try and find them.
Yeah, make an insight check. Anyone who wants to make an insight check, you can make an insight check. You all see it.
17.
16.
Okay. I would say, hey!
Hey, bing, 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 bing.
Cheddar, natural 20. What I'll say is, yeah, Jackal, anything above a 17, realistically, you can see. I mean, anything above a 12, really, you can see he's in panic, he's in shock. Anyone above a 17, you can tell that you've seen this figure just in complete posture all the time. Nothing flails this person. But this person looks dramatically shocked and in threat at the moment. They need to go somewhere because they're being attacked. So, yeah, you can see it's serious.
Okay. Guys, I trust Lex's word, and I think we might need to change our ideas. I think we might need to start getting a move on rather than staying in the area.
See, I was telling you all this. I was telling you, no one listened.
Yes, it's because you were in a blind panic. That's why we didn't listen.
Well, why do you expect me to turn around and go, hey, everybody, it's quite dangerous around here? No, I'm going to be panicked, aren't I?
Right, guys, let's not sit and debate this. My vote is we move out, so...
Let's get the hell out of here now.
Oakland half
Jackal's
puts all our materials back in her bag going, maybe next time. Yep. And just like ties herself onto Sentry and just follows.
Okay, where would you like to go? Currently, the place where you've been in the hill is north from where you are. You're currently heading south. You need to head east to get back to Bryn Shannon.
I'll have given Creek and Jackal night eyes, by the way. So you have dark vision up to 60 feet for an hour. For 3 hours, sorry, is the moderate.
So Jackal and Creek, you can see in the dark for the first time, some of you. Creek, very much for the first time. Jackal, you probably had some sort of idea of this in the past, but this is a new thing for you. Everything in a 60, is it 60 feet?
Yeah.
60 feet vicinity becomes in black and white, and it's almost like you can see in the dark.
Whoa!
I'll snuff out my light at that point then.
Yeah, actually, whilst you're so obviously, what it is it's two pairs of fairly clear leaves, and they look as though they have a kind of purple mash, just a purple mash of different materials and herbs on the inside, and place them over your eyes. As you blink, it goes in. It almost hurts for a second, and then it starts to settle, and you can see clearly through the leaf.
So you trust Sentry in this process, and you open your eyes once more, and you can see in the dark.
And for you, if you literally still had your light source up, just as you're putting it away, and you'd have glanced at it, it pierces into your eyes and hurts. It hurts to
It
look
would
at
have
the
been,
light.
yeah, really bright. Yeah.
Right, so quickly snuffed it out.
Yeah, cool.
Well, if we're moving, then at least move with the rest of the darkness around here. But let's follow the river.
Okay.
Jackal is going to remain very perceptive about the rest of the journey.
In this tense moment, dogs barking everywhere. You start making your way east, I'm guessing. You're leaving the Shard of Shardolin. Sounds like a drink.
Shard of Shardolin.
Yeah, so you are leaving the big metal bit of chunk in the ground, and you're heading to the east side. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
East side.
Okay. Jackal, blah, blah, blah. You see this again, come from the same direction. As you start heading east towards where your party members obviously have said to go, you see a very familiar, but this time it's twice. Bright, flashing amber light. And this time it's brighter. I would say that anyone with a passive perception of 16 or higher, so that's Oakland, Creek, and Jackal, and Sentry, but not you, say it.
Not me.
Nope, you don't see it. You're way
I'm
too
fucking
focused.
blind.
You're way too focused on leading the party somewhere. You all see this. You missed the first one, but the rest of you get the second one as it kind of in the distance. And we're talking now. I think it was about 150 feet-ish.
Yeah.
We just keep on marching ahead. No stopping.
Okay.
Keep moving.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys start moving. And as you do, you go into the dark. The cold, wind-swept scape of tundra that faces you as you start moving in the nighttime. Who's taking the helm, and can I have your marching order, please?
I'll be next to Sentry because I'll be tied onto him.
I mean, Creek
Maybe
had the
that's
map, so Creek.
And you have dog vision right now, so
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Creek
Creek
go
knows.
first.
I'll go second.
So you go in second? Okay.
Jack will take the rear.
Cool. And then I'm
Jackal likes the rear.
next to the line then. Cool.
Okay, so I've got Creek, Jackal at the end. Who's after Creek?
Saya, I think.
Saya, yeah,
And then Ray, and then Oakland,
Cool.
and then Jack.
and then Thazam.
Yes.
You see Lex just kind of stubble towards the back, towards you, Jackal, and you hear them just say, "It is very wise to get out of here as soon as we can."
Yeah, we heard your warning, Lex. I apologize for not listening closer on the first time. We're here. Go in front of me and keep moving. I'll cover the behind.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. I just need a few hours to rest, and I should be back to normal. But I was very close to not coming back. You understand that?
Well, I'm glad you're here now. You were obviously very capable to. If that thing took out a dragon and you've lived to tell the tale after encountering the thing that killed it, then you're obviously more skilled than what you originally said. So
It is
come
only,
on, when you,
It is only because that I'm nimble that I lived. I'm guessing the dragon is less dexterous. It can't get out of the way as quick.
I think you're right, but let's put that dexterity to the test and keep moving. We can discuss this when we manage to get you some rest. Gather all your strength.
I agree. Right, let us go. And you continue walking to the tundra. I would like Creek to make a wisdom saving throw. And I would like every single one of you to make a constitution saving throw who doesn't have...
Cold resistance.
Yes, cold resistance. If you do have cold resistance, don't have to make the roll.
There's a wisdom save 15. Shall I also do a constitution save as well?
Yes, as you're not resistant to the cold.
21.
12.
12. Okay. Good to know. With a 15 wisdom save, you manage to direct your party, which you think is in the right direction. And you go, it is, this way. And as you all traverse in the same direction, you make your way east for as long as you need to. How long are you going to travel for until you're stopping? From where you are, you gather that it's probably another day's travel to the nearest town, which, in your case, you look at the map and it's actually Bremen.
What time roughly can Oakland make out it is at the moment? Like at my current position.
So it is currently, with all that's happened, you're reaching towards possibly 8 o'clock-ish. Maybe towards the night time.
Wait, so sentry in front or behind me?
In
Since
front.
Current order
Right.
sentry is in front of you, yeah. You can see him in front.
Okay, so Lex is behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
long is the
okay.
dark vision for? 3 hours, you say?
3
Trace,
hours.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll say that you are... your first leg of the journey for the first hour has been up.
Okay.
I'm going to say out loud so that Lex and whoever's nearby can hear me. It's getting rather late, so we should really find a place to rest. Otherwise, I don't know how the weather will be over for you guys, so we should really find a place to rest. Who's best at finding these sort of things?
Could Creek just have a look ahead of her and see if there's anything like some sort of any, again, large snowdrifts or even a small wooded area or like a dell or something that
Yeah.
they could possibly not hide in for the time being?
Make a perception check. I'll let you know you haven't gone past any wooded areas in a very long time, but make a perception check.
No, of course, just to sort of see. 21.
21. You can definitely, as you're traversing through the cold, you've seen up and down these kind of like dunes, if you were, and you see a particularly larger one, which has kind of an alcove shape, and you think this would be a great spot to bunker down with a dome, for example.
I'm just sort of going to turn back to the group and say, what about over there? That looks like it might be a safe spot for the night before we can head off again.
Well, I guess that's where we're heading, and she'll obviously ask if everyone's okay with going over, and then
Yeah.
she'll go over.
I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Cool.
Alright,
So you all
sure.
make your way over towards this alcove spot. Yeah, you can do that.
Mhm.
It's
So yeah, you make your way into this alcoved area, and you assume you start making the dome. Is that right, Oakland?
Yeah, I'll start making the dome again. Get out the material.
Again.
Start making the dome.
Again.
Creek's just going to go into a small, like, quiet corner and just start praying, and just sort of put her head down and kind of on her knees and hold her staff up and just sort of put her forehead against the staff and just start praying.
Okay. Creek.
Yeah.
As you start praying, you find a quiet corner, and it becomes now a little bit worrying what you've been through, but also comforting as your party is listening to you. And you find this spot, you meditate cross-legged with your, I'm guessing your staff across your legs like you normally do. Is that right? Or are you doing it in a different position this time?
No, this time it would have been like where she's just sort of sat on her knees, so sort of her bum's on the heel of her feet, and then
Cool.
she's kind of got the staff up and just her head on
Awesome.
the staff.
Sounds good. And yeah, you go into this kind of like trance state of very familiar, comforting prayer that you're used to, and that brings solace to you in dark times. And you just really listen in, and the wind just hits your, the edge of your hood as it's up. As everyone still has winter clothing, by the way. I keep forgetting everyone still has hoods up and stuff. But
I didn't even go
I
into
just
the
picture you
dome,
without the
so-
hoods on, but it's fine.
Yeah.
You've just got this fur just blowing in the wind, and you literally just sit there and you just listen, and the wind just changes its tonal range from like high pitch to low pitch, like a thrum, and you just hear softly in your voice, in your head, well done. And that's it.
Thank you.
Do you
Sure.
reply?
Yes, I'll just say quietly. I did, as you asked. What is my purpose?
The moment passes and you're looking around, well, in your mind, and you wait for. It's almost annoying because you want it to be instant, but it takes just a second, and you just hear the path is dangerous ahead. You are aware of this, yes? Yes.
Of course.
And you wait another second, and you hear, keep these close to you, as you will find your way eventually. Another moment. Do you reply?
Thank you. I know this is what Azuli prepared me for. I want to make the path proud.
And you don't hear anything else.
Sort of come to and turn round. I'm gonna go and is Oakland still like deep in concentration with the casting, or will the?
I would say that by this point it's probably come to the end of the enchantment or the ritual casting. So you just see the end of it now, and you see it go, and you see this thing just pop up.
So is it round oak? Is that or is it in front and you go in, or
the dome is always spherical? It's half a sphere, and it's 20-foot radius. Is that right? Or it's 10-foot radius? 10-foot radius. I think it's 10 foot.
You're on mute. But she said yeah.
Yeah, 10-foot radius.
So you can see this, and until what happens is Oakland has to almost disguise it immediately. So you see a fraction of a second, just this shimmer of this arcane energy just bubble up, and you just see it kind of just disappear, but you understand where it is.
Okay. Crete's going to go and sort of slowly and slightly cautiously sit down next to Oakland and not really say much, and then sort of look to her and say, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Things like that spook people. I mean, I was a little bit irresponsible, but
no, I just it just I just know that this voice is helping and guiding, and it was just sudden, and just I've grown to like you all quite a lot, and you know, the trust that we all have, I feel, is pretty high, and it just said that it included you all. It wasn't just a direction for me, it was for all of you.
I assume this is your god. Or is this something else? Because we have heard voices before, as Saya said earlier.
No, I believe it is her.
Okay.
Or you know, she takes many forms and many voices, so I believe it is her. And I've heard it since I left, so I know it is her. It just scared me, that was all, because I don't want anything to happen to anyone. And so with the insistence that we move because there was danger ahead, I wanted to get you all out of there as quickly as possible. I know I panicked and it kind of looked a bit foolish, and I apologize, but I needed to get you all to safety, and if looking like a crazy person was the only way I was going to do it, that's the only way I was going to do it.
It's fine. We won't take it to heart. It was rather startling, but I wouldn't say it was not a bad thing to do. And from this, as you're talking to her, she's going to grab out her book from what she saw, because I can picture stuff in my memory. Is that she's going to get out like a blank sheet of parchment, and she's going to start drawing or sketching down what she saw, as if like Yeah, because she like makes little blueprints of things she finds and writes notes.
Yeah.
That's what she's going to do.
Just remind me of your perception check when you're on the hill. By Saya.
I don't know. I had a 14.
14. Okay. You can get general shapes and possibly some detail.
Yeah, so she's just going to draw what she saw and then write down notes of, like, obviously the flashing, stuff like that. So, a little blueprint.
Since Saya saw, like, details and stuff because I got a high roll, would I be able to help her fill it in?
If you can
like,
see her, if you're with her when she's doing this, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just kind of wandering around waiting to go to bed, really. So.
Yeah, well, we're in the dome talking at the moment, so you guys are free to come in when you want.
Yeah, I'll come in and probably assume I would see her, doing it. I'm saying, do you want some help to see the details? Since I did see basically all of it.
Oh yes, of course. I mean, I have to take down exactly what was there, and she'll sit next to Saya like really eagerly, but like she's eager, but she's quite disheartened at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'll describe exactly how you described it to me, just that, and she can draw what she thinks it looks like and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
If she makes a mistake, I'll be like, no, it was more like this. And...
So I would say you don't have to roll for this because this is just a general thing. You get more detail from Saya's description, and what it does go into is the shape of its carcass and its head and its helmet-shaped face, and almost like a mask with jagged bars on its mouth, and just like protruding spikes of metal that goes down its spine, and it's just humming of heat and ember. Yeah. And this really does pique your interest, Oaklyn. I'd like you to make a quick history check while you're there.
Okay. Would I have disadvantage because of my exhaustion?
So yes, you will on saving throws and get my thingy's teeth back in. Ability checks.
19.
Hey,
That's not too bad.
With a 19, you recall most of your memory of reading about dragons. This does not look like a dragon. Any breed of which you've read about, and you know about a few, and some that live within the realms of the colder climates. For example, the white dragons. This is not a white dragon.
Has she ever heard of? Obviously, she knows of like war forges and stuff, but does she know of like any experimentation? Because she dealt a lot within that of like not a war forge like what Sentry is, like people trying to go beyond that.
Yes, and you do recall that. There are tomes of not mad scientists, but people who really wanted to get to know and understand the workings of metal creatures, such as companions like dogs and cats, but then they went to more of a war state. They wanted to use it as an attack weapon, as something to take over villages, and it was attempted with beasts such as lions, tigers-esque shapes, and it could happen that a dragon could be made out of metal, like a warforged.
In my book that I have, the Book of Moon and Waves from Marvin, was there any mention, because obviously that had like loads of experimentation and stuff like that, was there any mention of metal in there, or was it just human? Not human, but like biological?
No real mention of metal.
Okay, that's fine. And she's just like really intrigued, writing down exactly like what you said.
Yeah.
What she's thinking and stuff, going, this is incredible. I never thought I'd actually see one, I heard of his stories, I learnt them on all my lessons, but to actually see one is incredible, but it is terrifying at the same time.
See one what?
Well, it's definitely not a dragon, but it is some sort of like machine that people try to make for, like Sentry here. Sentry is a warforged that someone created, or something, should I say. And people have tried to experiment to make bigger things, if not more interesting things, but obviously with power and greed comes war. which is probably why this thing was made. So either it was made by someone or something. But it is incredible. I mean, look at it.
Oaklin, I'm going to give you a point of inspiration for matching some dots.
Oh, cool. Cheers.
Bop, 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 bop.
You just see a light bulb.
Boop. Yeah, she's like eyes open, like you've not seen Oakland smile a lot, and she's very like intrigued. She happy. Oddly.
While this is going on, Crick will get up and then just go over to Jackal and sort of slowly fold up the map and sort of sheepishly hand it back over to him. And that I'm sorry, I was a bit forceful earlier.
No need to apologize, Craig. You got us out of danger one way or another, so we're all very appreciative of that. Just try and compose yourself and a bit more calm next time. It might make things a bit easier to listen to, if you get me.
No, I understand. I'm working on my people skills.
Well, you're doing mighty fine in my opinion. Well done.
Thank you.
As Jackal will take the map, and yeah, carry on looking out, making sure we've not been followed or nothing.
Okay.
I would also like to, in this time, I'd like to make Apollo again.
Okay, of course you can. How long does that take?
10 minutes.
Yep, 10 minutes. You can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Just take. I think you have to use your.
Yeah, so it's now 0 again.
Cool.
So I've literally got nothing now.
Awesome. Well, not awesome.
This time, obviously, you guys have probably seen me start to ritual cast Apollo, and obviously it comes in more of a cat form, but this time it seems a little bit more different.
Do you want to just describe that a little bit more for us?
So as she's like ritual casting for Apollo to reappear, you start seeing feathers starting to like sprout out of this little white glow in the middle, and then obviously I'll describe him once I'm finished.
Okay.
Burp cat.
Bird cat.
It's a burp cat.
Bird cat.
Is it a bird? Is it a cat? It's bird cat.
It's burp
It's
cat.
both.
Saya will, once he's done describing the dragon thingy in arduous detail,
Yeah.
he will then go to bed.
Okay, so as you go to bed, while you're drawing this, Oakland, making this connection, you see Lex come over and inspect what you're doing. Kind of like crouches down towards your book and goes, "That is a very interesting trait you have. You're very good with the penmanship."
Well, I do it all the time, and I'll show him some of my notes of like different flowers, different like chalks, different like materials.
You
I do it all the time.
You just get like a gestured nod, like, "These are very good. You should make use of this."
I do try, but I'm rather restricted on resource, if you get what I mean.
I don't know what you mean, but I'll agree. Yes, that. And they kind of point at the spinal shape of this thing, and they kind of like point out you're missing a few bits as they got closer, and what you do get from them is just that the tail was just a lot longer, and it just had this flame on the end, just embering out. And just at the base of it, what was attacking Lex kind of looks at you and goes, "Yeah, it was beyond something I have seen that is natural, especially within the realms of Arcana. I have not seen these before in my life. It must be from the presence of these shadow encounters we are having across Faerun, especially in 10,000 Icewind Dale. It must be a spawn of that. It is the only thing I can think of. And they will describe to you what they saw.
Okay.
And I will put it in your journal. So you can have a little gander.
I assume as he describes it, I will also do it as well. Oh. Oh shit, that's scary.
I have no idea what this is, or
Is it in all of our journals, or?
where it has came from, but the power it possesses is enough to banish a dragon.
Have I seen anything like this before? Like, because obviously I assume as he's telling me where I'm missing stuff, he also starts telling me about this creature. So Auckland's like immediately drawing and writing it down, sort of thing. So as it starts to become the picture in the journal, in the book, do I know it at all? Probably not,
Make
but
a quick nature check just to see what you think.
okay.
Is this in all of our journals, or is it just...
in Oakland's, as she's the one who has access to the description.
Did you say nature?
Nature.
Okay. It's an 8.
An 8. You think its figure resembles some sort of golem-like figure, and that's it.
Do you know what this is? I mean, also it's just as interesting, but I've never seen it before. Definitely not something that should be in snow.
It is not something in my ability. I am able to mimic nature, but this is not nature. This is spawn of darkness, of evil magics, not something
Do you
that
think-
is practiced.
Do you think it was protecting it?
I think it was hunting it.
Right. How tall was it? And she'll start asking questions about its physique and stuff like that.
It was probably about 3 of you, maybe 4.
Wow. Okay. Not small then.
Definitely not small. I tried to make myself into the smallest shape possible. Flight, make it quiet, but it still saw through me. And it worries me to now, whether it's heard or saw all of you, even from that distance. So I would say probably best we get under the dome. And is it okay that I join you in here tonight?
Technically, he'd already be in.
I'm in the
Just
dome.
saying. Yeah.
Is it okay if I join you in here tonight?
You're already in the dome. It's fine. You can stay in here.
See.
It can't see us, by the way, but we can see it. So it would see us as just snow. But if it's smart enough, it'll know what it is. But we can see it, and the only downside is that magic can't get in or out.
That is good to know.
Yes, you'll be fine for, well, approximately 8 hours. But yes, you'll be fine because you're elven, like me.
I've noticed you meditate.
Yes, I do. I don't look elven, but yes, I'm elven.
That was my question. You don't look elven.
I'm half.
That is very interesting. I've not seen many. They kind of like go through the races, like tiefling, elf.
Tiefling and elf, I'd say, yes. My father's a Eladrin elf, and my mother is a glacier tiefling.
I have not heard of any of that before. I know what a tiefling is, I know what an elf is, but together, not seen.
Yes, it's something that doesn't usually happen, but hey, world of mystery, right?
You have the horns and the tail, which is very strange.
I look like a tiefling, yet I take the physique of a elven person, I guess, but it has its upsides. I mean, no one knows I'm elven, which is good, because elven people, not all of them get good grace from other people, but sometimes tieflings don't either.
We don't, no.
No.
And as they're explaining, and it's really interesting in this sphere that you're in, because the natural light still comes through from the outside. It's just a protective bubble. And I mentioned last time that Lex has almost like a constellation of patterns on their face. And it's almost like small diamantes, where the parts meet up. So it's like shapes in different areas, like constellation, like you see on a chart. But in this light glistening through the snow and through whatever illuminations you have, such as torchlight or any sort of small elements, you see like just a small pearlescent glow from these little stones. It's actually quite pretty close up.
Do you mind if I ask about your features?
What do you
They are
mean?
rather unique.
I don't understand what you mean by features.
I don't mean to intrude, but the little gems on your face, they're pearlescent.
I see. I'm trying to figure out the common for this.
You can say it in Elven if you'd like.
Try not to speak tongue of Elven. As within my bounty, it is almost banished. You cannot speak your own native tongue. Common is the language, as that's what gets you jobs and money.
That's fair.
But I do speak, and they will continue in the conversation in Elvish, which they actually go to.
Okay.
And they
I'll
say,
be able to understand this.
say again?
I'll be able to understand this.
Okay. So they sit there and they explain to you openly about the markings on their face. Go into details such as it is point of rank within my clan, essentially. How many bounties completed, how high up you state within your clan. But it is also a reminder of where I come from and what I am attuned to in terms of my allegiances. It is a permanent marking. These do not come out. They're enchanted within my person.
Well, I guess I'm not the only one with imbued markings, and she'll move her neck and show her the crystals on her spine.
They will kind of look around.
Sorry, show them. Sorry.
Yeah, they will look round and go, this is very interesting. Are you part of a clan?
Not really, no. It's my family.
Your family?
Yes, it's just like, you know those traditions. It's
Yes.
just what happens in the family.
I have heard of many, but rocks down the spine does not ring a bell.
Yes. Part of my arcane nature, as yours are, but in different ways of probably earning them.
I probably assumed so.
Hmm.
Well, it is probably best we get some rest. As
Yes.
I will keep a keen eye out for this monster.
Who's awake at this point?
I'm like
Who's
half
awake?
awake.
I'm going to, well, we're all pretty much close proximity, but I'm going to turn the book and show everyone, the discovery.
You're going to show everyone the fire monster thing?
The fire monster and the mechanic dragon. And show it exactly what it looked like, the notes that we took down, what Lex told me, what Saya told me, so everyone's got like a pictured idea of what is there.
Okay. Would everyone like to turn to their journals? You should see one called Shardlin Dragon. And you should see one...
That's what I saw. Oh, that's badass.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's amazing.
And there's
what
another
I
one
saw.
you should see called Fire Monster.
Ooh. Cool.
Proper some creepy shit.
Ooh.
Fire monster. Oh, that's creepy.
It's still proper
If
sick
that was coming
looking.
out towards you, that would be quite creepy.
Especially when it's like the size of a giant.
Yeah.
That's not creepy, that's just scary.
Out of a mechanical dragon, you're
That's
like,
not creepy
what?
at that point.
The dragon's
Yeah.
fucking awesome though.
That's so cool.
Can I tame it? Actually?
God, I'm
Will
a
it be my
great drawer,
friend?
guys. Oh my god.
So good, so vivid.
Oh my god, self-promotion! What's that, Chloe? You've got an Instagram tag in the background? I can't quite see it. Do you want to,
No way!
Do you want to bring that closer to the camera and invert it? I'm joking.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So you can see all of that, and someone's got me on. I can hear myself. You can see. You all know what it now looks like from Oakland's journal, and you see Lex kind of, as you've been saying all this kind of stuff and throwing words out and showing everyone about the depiction of the monsters and the creatures. You hear Lex say, "It just did not say anything. It moved with its eyes, with its body and posture, and the runes on its chest just glow as it was enraged with flame like I've never seen before."
Wait, you said runes? Sentry? Do you recognize any of them? Because I assume you would have told me what the runes look like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can I do I recognise any of them?
Funny enough, you don't have to make a roll for this. It's down the same line of enchantment as you've been using recently. But there are other runes across its body that you are unaware of. Make a quick Arcana check with disadvantage, just to see if you think you know what they are.
I'm definitely gonna get nothing.
Man,
0.
Yeah. I got a -1 anyway, so now it's a 2.
no. You recognise these as runes of arcane nature. That's it.
Would this to Creek look like one of her kin in the sense that it could be a fire genasi and not a water genasi? If she would have heard of these descriptions.
No
as a
description
child.
with a genasi involved.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
Whoever sees it and wants to further investigate, please make an intelligence check.
Sees what again? Sorry, the runes.
So just the drawing now. It's been. Those
I
who
mean,
haven't
since I already saw the dragon, I probably know everything about that. I'll do it for the
so about the
figure.
fire monster
the
thing.
fire
Just a
dude, yeah.
straight intelligence check.
Yep,
did you
straight
say?
intelligence roll.
For some reason, my chat's disappeared. I can't actually see it anymore.
Got 10.
Okay.
Why won't it work? I'm gonna have to restart my roll 20.
Roll 20.
Jackal.
Yeah.
Would you like to do it, Jackal?
Sorry, say again.
Make an intelligence roll.
It's what?
I'll make mine in a minute. It's just
Intelligence
loading.
check.
Yes, just an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, load for me.
Fun.
Oh dear.
Let me make mine. What, straight?
Make one for Athena.
Athena!
I got a
She tells us
20.
everything we need
I
to
mean,
know.
no, sorry, 19.
Woohoo!
She tells us everything about the fire figure.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good
Oh.
Athena.
Okay, so
She's smart, girl.
this is how this happens.
Athena's smart as fuck and got a natural 20.
You make this kind of like connection in your head from this fire creature, and you instantly remember the arcane nature of elementals and enchantments and elementals. But then also you realise the figure of a golem, and you put two and two together, and you think instantly fire golem. And as soon as you think that, Athena grabs her paw and just paws this thing down and goes.
I just like hold my book back, like. Well, I think me and Athena got it.
Is it as if to agree?
Yeah. Well, I think Athena knows the answer. Oh, well, I mean...
Go ahead, tell
very-
us.
Well, I
she's very
think-
connected with other spirits, so... Especially that of my family, so... Thank you, girl. I'll give her a good fuss.
Just a quick question. What Athena picked up, would Oakland pick that up?
What do you mean by that? Sorry.
So, like, obviously, the information that you were telling us, was that what Athena picked up?
Athena picked it up in a very different way, in a more protective, natural, nurture way. As in,
Ah, I
animal
see.
sense, this is bad. Make an insight check.
Okie dokie. Insight. Not my strongest. Oh no, it is.
He's
Wow.
gonna roll
Okay.
deception to lie.
It's a 16.
A 16. With a 16, probably bang on. I'd say 15 would be the DC for this. It's almost like you see a look of recognition in her face.
Yeah. Obviously, same as before. She doesn't want her book ripped, so she's gonna pull her book away. God, I think Athena agrees with me that this is a fire golem.
As soon as
She's
you say
just
that,
gonna
yeah.
tilt her head towards Athena.
Yeah, as soon as you say fire golem, you get like this deep bellowed growl.
Jackal, you said that Athena was very connected with yourself and your family, but I didn't realize Athena would actually recognize it.
She's a clever girl. She has all my blood and DNA also flowing through her, and all my chi and energy. So, I mean, maybe, and this is maybe there's some of my father in Athena, and maybe that's what's flowing through her right now. But this would be an entire complete guess.
Do you know if any of your family or Athena itself? I mean, I didn't know if you knew Athena beforehand. I mean, she came out of nowhere, really. But was any fire or fire golem involved? Because she seems to know this creature.
I can tell you, my father didn't say too much about that. Mr. DM, would I have known anything?
Make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Oh, okay. Natural 20.
Woohoo!
I would say probably just where you needed to be. So,
Damn, son.
Jackal, I remind you of a vision you had very early on of a militia soldier stabbing you, and you parrying away a blade, and you appearing into a burning house, seeing your mother run down the stairs. In a split second, you think back to that vision, and just above the burning wreckage of that house where the walls are collapsing in, you see a familiar humanoid figure above.
Who is the humanoid figure?
The humanoid figure resembles the fire golem that you see in the picture.
Oh shit.
Shit. Okay. You see, as Jackal, he's saying, I don't think my. He kept quite quiet, and then he'll suddenly like pause. Oh my god. I know
What?
the fire god. Years. No. It can't be. No, it can't be the. I need time to think. This. No, this can't be right. As you'll see Jackal just back away into a sort of corner and just sit with Athena. Yeah, he'll just. You could probably assume he's trying to talk, or he's saying things to her using his silent speech ability, because you've seen him use it before. He'll sit in the corner, his eyes will flash white, and he will just try to communicate with Athena. Of course, it's going to be one way, but almost talking to himself as if surely that can't be the same one from all those years ago. What's going on? What's happening?
You sit there and you, with that save, you sit there and remember this images and flashbacks, just very quick snippets of this dream. And you remember this coming to you the night Athena appeared. You can't help but think that these two are connected in some way.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
And the way that Athena is kind of around you now, her aura is in very much protect mode, as she is just curling around you more comfortably than normal, sheltering you a bit more. As she kind of like puts her head on your lap, kind of thing.
Yeah, Jackal would just be sort of stroking her and talking to her in silent speech and trying to connect with her and seek reassurance and comfort from Athena.
You do feel, because of your abilities, you can connect with animals. You do feel a anger, but then at the same time a soft wave of calm comes over you.
Once Jackal does feel calm, he will address Oakland. Many years ago, before we met, Oakland, when I was only a young boy, and I lived with my mother and my sister and my father when he would be around. But like I said, most of the time he'd be out doing, well, what I could only presume to be bounties and things for the greater cause. But one night my home was raided by a group of other hunters, mercenaries. I don't know who they were. I've tried to forget the visions over years, but it's only been a big blur. And the house that I was living in, it was covered in a blaze. It was I didn't know where to go. I was trapped. I didn't know what to do, and I could just hear the screams of my mother and my sister, and I really tried my best to do what I can to get to them and to help them, but it was all too late. The house was just covered in flames and smoke, and I could hardly breathe. I was choking and burning myself as Jackal will he won't fully remove his mask, but he will slightly lower part of his mask for the first time that anyone would have ever seen, and you will just see just underneath where his eyes are, like almost burn scars, literally entirely covering where he's revealing, before he gently lifts it back up, the mask back up to cover. And second before I blacked out in the pain of the smoke and the flame and fire, I saw this creature and this humanoid figure, and I must have managed to almost forget the trauma after all these years, but now this connection with Athena that I have has almost seemed to brought it back, and I well and truly believe that golem that we just saw might be the ones that killed my mother and my sister all those years ago.
Wow. I don't really know what to say, but I'm sorry.
It's just been so much to take in. First learning about my father, Vendilion, that all the things he's been doing, and how he's been doing all these things to help 10 towns, and what's been going on with him, to now almost realize the culprit of the murder of my family. I don't even know what to say or do right now. It's been too much to take in.
How about just lie down and get some rest there, mate?
Creek's gonna go into her backpack and pull out a blanket and just sort of slowly coat it round him.
Thank you, Creek. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all. It means a lot having you here, and I know I try to hold a stubborn, still side to me, but you know, family's family, and to rethink of what happened to them back then is painful memory, but I'm glad to at least have you guys around to rediscover this. Does bring me a sense of comfort, Century, you bastard.
Family.
Get the coronas out.
Don't ruin it, guys. Let's bring it back.
Jackal will tuck the blanket around and just put his arms around Oakland and Creek as if to say thank you for being here, thank you for looking out for me.
Oakland will. At first, she wouldn't know what to do. She's just a bit in shock because she'd never known this before from Jackal. Never seen Jackal almost make himself vulnerable in a way, because he's always been the stronger character when she's been traveling around and stuff. So she's going to sit there for a second, just feel a bit awkward, and then she's going to take her other arm around and give him a really big hug, which I don't think you've ever had a hug from Oakland before.
You've never had a hug from Oakland before, or Willow, as you would say.
So
Creek's just going to squeeze both of you because she's just very happy that this moment's happening.
I shall play my lute.
Athena gets in tighter around everyone, so it's just like a big furry cuddle. Yeah.
I wasn't kidding.
Okay.
Aww.
Oh, Jesus.
Creek, make a medicine check just really quickly. Saya gets his lute out, plays it absolutely terribly. He starts
17.
plucking strings, and with a natural one, Saya,
Amazing.
your lute string, 2 of them have now broken from
No.
barred, gone.
Damn it! I've only ever played my lute well once, and it was last time.
Yeah, and now you've got broken it. A string just.
Oh no! It's just the weather. That's all.
Yeah.
It's lasted that.
I put it outside.
17 for a medicine check. You see Jackal's body shivering and dithering, and it's probably good that he's got a cold IRL. You can feel that his body is giving out a little bit more than it should, and you can see his hands just really twitching. And you recognise this as possibly the start of pneumonia, or back in those times, really cold. So, Jackal, I would like you to take a point of exhaustion, please, because we did do rolls earlier.
Yep, that's fine. That's received.
Oakland's gonna immediately take her arms off because she's probably a bit chilly. And she'll just sit and watch Jackal. Also, do I have Apollo?
Whatever Apollo looks like is literally with in your. Well, you haven't really got any furs, have you? So, where would you like Apollo to be right now?
So Apollo will appear, and you'll see a beautiful white barn owl, and it's not like a normal barn owl with a bit brown and stuff like that. But it'll be beautifully white. But on its back, it will have a bit of black, a bit of almost little colours, but it's just not. It's very unique looking, should I say? Very, very smart.
Sentry, this looks very familiar to you, but looks different at the same time.
Yeah. So now Apollo is a beautiful barn owl.
DM, could I just ask, if I were to cast Healing Word, I know it's obviously for hit points, but could I cast it on Jackal to help sort of waylay the pneumonia?
Make a quick. Actually, no, with a 17, you get this. You'd know that Cure Wounds doesn't really cure body illnesses.
No, Healing Word.
Oh, Healing Word. You know that Healing Word doesn't cure body illnesses.
Right. Okay.
This is classed as a disease, almost, in D&D.
Could I then use Lesser Restoration?
You absolutely could, yeah.
I would like to cast Lesser Restoration on him then.
Let me just double check what I said was right.
I believe it's.
You are
correct.
correct, yeah. It gets rid of diseases.
I just typed in his
Yeah.
exhaustion, and then it says a sign of COVID. Right, I need
Is COVID real in D&D?
he has.
COVID's made
Let's
it
make
to
it real.
D&D.
Why not? He has COVID. Yeah.
That's I just wanted to ask. I didn't know if it would be something it could hit because I didn't have it, but it said obviously a disease, so I didn't know if that would count as a disease or
Oh,
not.
Yeah.
it's greater to get rid of the exhaustion though, but depends on if places make it disease.
I'm gonna put a picture of what Apollo looks like in the chat.
Yay!
Where's the picture of Apollo? Why not? Why won't he be a beautiful banner? If it will let me do it, that would be grand. Oh, this stupid thing.
Is it too big?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a snipping tool.
That's why I know it.
I
Copy and paste it.
got my snipping tool, you crazy
I
fool.
did copy and paste, but it won't work.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
That's I'll let you. It is owl.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I will give you this, Creek. I was wrong.
Ginger.
DM was wrong again. It's not classed as a disease. It does
Okay.
require a higher level spell. You would realise this, but also you know the best cure is rest.
Right. Okay. That's fine. I'll
But
take.
you have this in your mind and you think about it and you think about using something like this and you go, interesting. And you kind of take note and now you know.
Okay. That's
A
fine.
rest a day keeps Creek away.
Exactly. Okay. That I'll just sort of like make like a bit of a, as much as I can, a nice comfy area for
Yeah.
Jackal then to sort of, and then kind of sort of maybe get Athena to sort of wrap round him for warmth and sort of say like, keep him warm, keep
Athena's
him warm.
already alcoving around him, kind of thing.
Yeah. Just to sort of like instruct and then just kind of sort of rubbing his shoulders and sort of keeping him warm.
Yeah, you feel this, Jackal? Yeah.
Yeah, Jackal will acknowledge all this, and he will start drifting off. And as he's drifting off, he'll just silent speech to Creek. So Creek, you hear in your head. Thank you.
And she'll just sort of stroke his shoulder.
I don't want to ruin that moment, but... Right. Silent speech. Is it verbal and somatic?
I
It
don't
could be
think
verbal.
it's no components or nothing to it. It's just I'll chuck it in the chat again.
Okay.
So there you go.
It's a racial ability.
Yeah.
Because I'm a
So
sticker for
I can
funny
just do
moments.
it.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool. If it was a spell, you just see Jackal go... But you don't. It's fine.
What is Lex doing, by the way? Because obviously, I assume.
Lex is
Right.
sat by you currently still, admiring your book, but also looking towards Jackal. And they're just in their own kind of mind, kind of patching up their own wounds as well. So they've got like one big, large gash on the shoulder where some of the healing, well, the cure wounds has made a scar, and they're kind of just addressing to that.
I assume that obviously we're probably going to stay up around the same time. So while everyone's going to sleep in that, I'm going to, just lean near them and let them look at the book if they want to. More than happy for them to do so, as long as they get back.
Could I just quickly go over to Fazil before he goes to sleep and just ask him if he has any copper wire for any reason?
You kind of see him kind of like he's on his backpack as he normally does. He's kind of like half awake, half asleep. He opens that one eye, which isn't the monocle, and then he kind of swaps it over and goes, "Hey,
Can I have some copper wire if you have it on you?
copper wire."
Just a little bit.
Opens both eyes and pops it back on the other eye. Goes, "Huh? How much copper wire do you need? I've probably got a strand or two."
A strand will do. I just need to borrow it. I'll give it back.
If you're gonna give it back, okay. And he brings out a very small bit of copper and goes, I want it back.
I'll give it back. I promise.
There's
Thank
one
you.
in here, and he brings the orb back out and goes, if it breaks, that's our only way home.
Okay, I promise. I'm not going to do anything bad.
It's alright, I trust you. Don't worry. And he kind of goes back.
Thank you. And she's just sort of gonna, I don't know, creep over, I guess, to Oaklin and just, can I just talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, of course. Bear with me, Lex, and I'll make my way over. Well, I'll just I don't know,
No
put the
problem.
book down and just go.
Like 10 feet by 10 feet.
Yeah, I'll just
Hold on, let me go all the way over here. Yes, how are you?
Yeah.
Exactly, that's kind of what it is.
Let me go over to you.
Right. I'm just gonna say quietly to her, said, I spoke to Eldath, and she has bestowed a gift upon me. I can contact your brother
You can.
if you want me to.
And she's a bit back.
Shit, I need notes. God.
We don't have to do it tonight.
Oh, thank God.
I just wanted you to know.
You don't have to do it tonight, Fraser.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about it, Oakland. I'd asked, and she seems to think that you're all a good influence on me, and so I was given the gift, and I just wanted to let you know, seeing as you've looked after me, I want to repay you in some way. So we don't have to do it. Obviously, maybe wait. I don't know. We can wait until we get back to some sort of civilization. But I just wanted to let you know, and if there's anything I can do, I will.
She's just in shock right now. She's got so many emotions on today, man. She's just staring at you. She's gonna hold your hand and go, "Could you do it now?
Fuck!
Could you do it? I don't want to put you under pressure, but this is what you do."
It's fine. You go with it. You do what you need to do.
Yeah, I can do it. I can only say a certain amount, so
Of course,
I need
yes.
to know. But I need to know what he looks like, and I need to.
Oh, goodness me. And
Like if you have a picture or something, just so I can focus on what he looks like.
she has a painting with her of, I believe it's her mother and father. Not her in it, but of her mother
Yeah.
and father.
Yeah.
Does she have one of her father and Owen in that? I'm not sure. I don't know if she does or not.
You do. I think your close
No.
family. Yeah. Your mother and
Okay.
father. You do. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So she's going to, hold your hands and go, "If you do this for me, I must warn you. I don't want you to do it if you feel uncomfortable, but my family aren't the greatest. They aren't kind towards me, but they don't know of my brother. But my brother went missing a long time ago, so if they do have him, I don't want you to say your name. Because I don't want them to look for you. If they know I'm alive, that is fine, but don't say your name. But that is completely up to you. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. I don't know how to feel. I haven't seen him in over 100 years.
That's a very long time.
Yes.
I'm not one to judge or to go into anyone's backstory. Everyone has their own way in life. If this is a way that can help them, that can alleviate some hurt or some pain, or just, I don't know.
I just want to know if he's okay, if he's alive, and where he might be. And I will start to describe Owen Deverox. He was, from what she last remembered, a teenage elven boy with bright yellow sort of eyes, sort of like a pixie cut. He used to style it upwards of like dark brownish blackish hair, very much like her father's. Auburn skin, not as dark as Oakland's, a bit more on the peachy side. He wasn't that tall. He'd probably have been about, well, last time she saw him, about 5'5", something like that. Not as tall as Oakland. Just elven in nature. He used to walk.
Could I get her to like sort of draw him in a way?
Yeah,
like,
I can. If she asks, I'll do that. That's fine.
Yeah, just to sort of get a better visualization.
Yeah, and I'll describe Owen to Creek.
Okay.
In as much detail as possible.
Don't say your name. Hello, this is Creek.
How can I help you?
This is Dial Genasi. How can I help you? Okay. So you just want to know do you want to know where he is? Like, I don't know if I'll get a reply, but
I want to know if he's alive. First of all, if he's okay, where he might be, and I don't know. What do I say to someone who I haven't seen in so long? Because what I'm worried about is I hope that he's not with my grandfather, because if he is, then...
Should we just see if he's okay first?
Yes, we'll see if he's alive and where he is currently.
Okay. I got really sweaty hands.
Tell him
I'm so nervous.
Tell him I am alive, but don't tell him where we are.
You want him to know you're alive?
Yes, and I'm looking for him.
So is he okay? Where is he? You're alive?
Yes.
Okay.
And she is, for the first time, having a cold sweat.
Creek's mopping herself up there. Okay, right, I have 25 words. Okay. She's going to get the piece of copper wire that she borrowed off of Thazor, and she's going to send a message. Which I'm really excited about. Okay, right.
Eyes clenched.
It's my just disappearing inside myself. Okay. Owen. This is a friend. Your sister is alive. Are you okay? Where are you? Are you safe?
Oh. Does it have to be exactly 25?
No.
No, it doesn't have to be, but it needs to be under.
That's 18.
My name is Craig.
this is Dial Genasi. Your sister is Oakland.
Correct.
You passed the test.
And I'm just gonna send that.
Okay. I'm gonna pause it for a hot second because I need to find where the fuck this guy is. You send the message and a hot second passes. Just very quickly, whoever I can hear myself through someone's mic, so just mute me for a second.
Sorry.
That's right. A hot second passes as you you incantate. Do you want to just describe to us how sending works with Creek?
She's sort of pointing the copper wire just sort of out into the tundra, as it were, from what she can see in the dome, and closing her eyes. She's sort of speaking sort of quietly into her hand and wire.
Yeah. As it magically imbues this kind of spell.
Yeah, just kind of sort of maybe an element of like a wisp sort of like spiraling round copper wire and sort of shooting out.
It goes out, yeah.
Kind of, yeah. And then when it goes out, it's sort of we're just left waiting, and Creek's kind of sort of opening her eye to look around to be like waiting to hear the reaction.
And a hot second passes as you wait, and you feel a connection come back. Soft but swift, and you don't really know how this spell really works, but you know when the connection hits. And
I'm just gonna grab Oakland's hand quickly.
And it comes back, and you hear in your ears, well, in your mind, I would say, no one else
yeah.
Sister, Oakland, look for the Raven's Shield Guild. I'm leading an expedition to an anomaly at Raven's Rock. Currently following Black Raven River. And that's where you get.
Just writing all this down. He just gonna squeeze Oakland's hand and sort of relay. He's alive. He's alive. He's heading an expedition at for the Raven Shield Guild, leading an anomaly at Raven's Rock.
Wait, did you say Raven's Rock?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What does that mean?
Well, when we spoke to Lex, didn't you say one of the things were at Raven's Rock, an anomaly, correct?
Raven's Rock is a place of magical... how do you say in common? Interest. It builds... There has been rumours around that there is something there. Whether it be connected to what we're looking for, I do not know. But as the months have passed on, this information has been spindled into different things. We know of monasteries up there, we know of small settlements, but when it comes to artifacts or ancient mage, how do you say, weaponry, or things like that. It is a popular spot for this, and my instant reaction to hearing this news is worrying.
Does the Raven Shield Guild mean anything to either of you?
I know of the Raven Shield Guild, yes. It is it is similar to a bounty, but more for the Arcana. It is almost like an academy. But what they do...
Sorry.
She's so excited.
She's freaking out.
What they specialize in is specific magical entities around the realm that need a specialist source of power to negate or fight.
Have I ever heard of this guild before?
Make a history check very quickly.
So this might be what they're going to look for. For the anomaly, then.
It sounds like they're
What's a 15?
They're trying to diminish whatever they have heard up there, like many others I've heard, like my guild once did.
I got 15.
With the 15, you get some of the information back from what Lex has said. Additionally, it is a recently new guild. They're not necessarily a guild, they're classed as a guild because they're more of a faction. It's more of a community. So less of a... I mean, I'm going to put it into real terms. Less of a football group, more of a church.
Okay.
So like an institution,
Yes,
then.
correct.
Okay.
So it's not like you wear football shirts and go, yeah, we're part of this group. It's more of a community of believers and people that want to work for a better purpose to rebuild something. The Raven Shield do protect Faerun or parts of Faerun around the river, which is called the Black Raven River. Hence the name Raven Shield, because they're from around that area. It does lead up to Raven's Rock, which is a regular visiting site for this clan. So that it's not unlike they would go there, but as Lex has told you, it could lead to something else.
Okay. Lex, are they a good guild? Are they good people?
From what I hear, yes. They're not freedom fighters or pack wolves. They move with strategy, and they're there to disarm dangerous things, magical things, or anomalies, which makes sense why they're traveling to Ravensrock.
Do you know where Raven's Rock is exactly?
I do. It is quite far away from here. To be exact, probably from where we are, from where the map says we are. It is probably looking at maybe a week or two journey.
That's a long time, but it's not very far. This is good though, isn't it, Oakland? Your brother's alive.
Yes, he's alive, but he's actually making something of himself. I thought he might have run into my family, or...
And he seems to be with a good group of people, like a guild, doing what's right. He sounded excited. He sounded, I don't know, relieved. There was a sense he just kept. He said "sister" at the start, and then I think he realised it wasn't you, and I think maybe he's just as relieved as you are to hear that you're still alive and that you're okay.
Yes, I'm happy he's okay. I do want to see him. This changes so much. I haven't seen him in so long. Last time I saw him, it was not in a pleasant way.
What if we go back to, make our way back to Bryn Shanda, say what we needed to say there, and then go and find him?
We could do that, and I would love it, but we have priorities, and I don't think that I would stir the party away from such an opportunity.
What if I tried to get him here? What if I sent him a message to come here?
I don't know if he would. I mean, well, Jackal's got the map, so I don't know exactly where Raven's Rock is, but...
Raven's Rock isn't currently on your map.
Okay, so it's nowhere there. Okay, great. I mean, we could ask him to come here, but if he's part of a guild, as far as what Jackal's told me, they usually stay together. I don't know if the guild would ever come here, and is it safe to do so due to obviously everything that's going on with Jackal? Well, his father's one.
Well, that's true. I mean, but didn't you say that Jack will be the one to unite the guilds? I mean, what if we got one of the guilds already on our side?
These are bounty guilds. The Raven Shield does not fall under that category.
Oh.
Very interesting he's with the Arcane, though. Makes sense, but it's interesting. He was more of a... more of a Jackal than a me. But he was interested in it, so it doesn't surprise me at all. It's worth a try to see if he would come here. I'm just worried about, well, sending him our location.
Is there, I don't know, maybe we don't tell him exactly Bryn Shanda, maybe somewhere outside, or, somewhere, I don't know, that...
Lex, what do you think? Everyone else is... and Sentry, sorry, you're here as well, I do apologise. It's been one of those days. What do you guys think? I want to see my brother, but I don't want to cause any harm or issues, but if he would come here, I would want that.
currently straying away from finding the wizard to the north. I will not. If you will aid your brother, aid us in going there and helping Tamerlane, then in 10 towns.
Maybe we can go there after we get back to the city.
Who is this wizard to the north?
Yeah, going back in my notes.
Yeah, I've got it in my notes, but you go ahead.
Yeah. So many notes. Unreal.
The wizard Zul.
Zul.
So,
Zul. Zul.
We think he's going to help us in a quest we have with the dwarven folk. So, you know, it's important.
Yeah, that was related to that, wasn't it? Jesus
And
Christ!
you just hear from the distance, from behind everyone else who's taking a quick catnap, and you hear, "Oh, you sort of say dwarven folk."
I didn't mean to wake you.
It's alright. Tazor's got sharp hearing, especially when it comes to his kin.
Yes, we're helping your own kind.
This is news to me. Where are you helping my own kind? In fact, I don't want to know. Probably best with what I know about you a lot anyway. As long as it's nothing to do with the... Anyway, I don't want to pry. You carry on.
But yes, so it's important we go out there. I mean, maybe Owen will find it of interest, because...
where are you head? Well, like, where would you be heading? Did you say Tourmaline?
I'm not sure. I think we're going to Bryn Shander, but... I mean, we can ask him to go, maybe head to... I think it was near... I can't really... I'm not sure where is best, really, but maybe near East Haven or something.
I'll add onto your list Targos, by the way, because I've just realised it's not on there. There you go.
Okay.
And Bremen is actually there.
Ah, okay.
Sweet. Maybe we can ask him to meet us at East Haven or something, or maybe near Kelvin's Khan, and we meet him on the way. Even if I just get to say hi.
Where would be better then? East Haven or Kelvin's Cairn?
East Haven and Kelvin's Cairn is nowhere near Ravensrock.
Yes, but to see if he would travel here. I very much doubt it, but we haven't seen each other in so long. I'm not sure what his intentions are, but it's worth a try.
Lex, why don't you mark on the map where Ravensrock is? Should we want to go there?
I think we've only got a map big enough for Icewind Dale, Sentry. We would need something bigger, but I don't know anyone who specialises in map work.
She says it's exactly right. This map does not contain Ravensrock.
Where would be the easiest place for someone, say, if they were heading from Ravensrock to around here? Where would be the easiest place to get to, Lex? If, in your opinion, of course.
What was that? Sorry, say it again. Sorry, I missed the question.
Where would be from if someone from Ravensrock was trying to come round here? Where, in your opinion, would be the easiest place to get to?
They kind of point on the map where the direction where Ravensrock would be, and I'll draw another little circle. Is everyone on the map at the moment?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Let's choose another colour because I've chosen lots of different colours. It would be in this direction.
Okay.
But we're talking real far south.
Okay.
So maybe East Haven. Then.
Yeah, East Haven, I'd say, is probably the best place. I've never been before, but it was on the map.
And that way, it's when you're not giving out where exactly you're going, but it's somewhere to meet in between.
Sentry, would you agree? If he would help us, he could possibly. If not, it's just to say, well, see him. I know it's asking a lot, but it's been a very long time.
If he's of age, then by all means, but the helping of the dwarves and trying to cure the king with the wizard is...
The king? You hear a very flustered Thazor approach you, put his monocle back on. He says something about a king.
Yeah. Horik, Frostblade, he,
Horik? What's wrong with Horik?
when was the last time you were in the Dwarvish hold?
Frostier Mountain, probably looking around 10 years ago.
Okay, you wouldn't know then.
Well, well,
Is he alive? Is he dead? Tell me, I need to know.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk, Blue.
oh no, go ahead.
The king, he's got a curse or illness or some ailment matched with the cold. They say that his skin is as cold as ice, and the only one who may be able to have the knowledge to help is the wizard up the north, called Zul.
As you're saying this, his face is just continually dropping, like in awe, but in like a very worried state. He drops to kind of one knee on this kind of blade he's got and shoves it into the ground and kind of like goes, does anybody speak Dwarvish?
No, not.
Okay, you just
I
hear
don't
something
think.
in Dwarvish, and he kind of raises his sword back up and goes, this is a problem. God bless Thork, but maybe it's something I can deal with after this.
I mean, feel free to tag along with us if you'd like to help them. I mean, I'm sure they'd really appreciate their own kind helping as well.
Well, you see,
Would I?
I was kind of banished from that place, kind of, and I put it in slight quarters, kind of.
Why kind of?
I may
You
have
either are or
played with
you
a
are.
few things in my younger years, and maybe started a few fires, but that's it. I promise. But he is a good friend of mine. In fact, closely related to Hlyn, if you don't know.
No.
Does she know of the news?
I assume not.
I don't believe anyone's told her. We've seen her only for the tiniest bit. We never really got to catch up.
I'll give you a quick wee bit of snippet of gem and nugget of information. Don't tell her.
Why not?
Because she'll worry, and when she worries, things happen. It's out of her control by the sounds of things. Doesn't sound like anyone of us can help right now until you find this wizard.
Well,
Wait.
the sooner we get this job done, the sooner we can go find him.
Maybe it's something I'll need to invest in. Maybe it's something I can make to help.
Creek's just going to put her hand on Thazor's shoulder and sort of like rub it.
Yeah, Sayer's gonna.
Goes with the rug because he's tiny.
Gently. It's meant to be
Okay,
like a
still goes
soothing way.
Sayer's gonna put his fox pelt like a pillow again and say to everyone, I think it's a good time we should rest. We've already been delaying it long enough.
You just see Thazor just stroke his long beard, kind of in very long thought, adjust his monocle and goes, let's not worry about that right now. I think we've got bigger things to worry about, quite literally. Hey?
Yes, of course.
Let's rest for the night, and we can make our plans and discuss as we make tracks in the morning.
You see Lex just place their palm out in front of Thazor. And you see his head, the head just down, not even looking at Thazor. And you just see a small flower just bloom up from his palm. As he plucks this, they pluck the flower out and just places it towards Thazor's person. And Thazor just looks at them and goes, I didn't think you were the type to care. Oh, no offense. And Lex just looks back and goes, we've all had problems, yes? Little things make problems go away. Temporarily, that is. Take this as a gesture of my sorrow for your brother. And Thazor just takes a step back and goes, hey, and pops it in his beard.
Oh.
Fashions a little.
While all of this is happening and kind of Say's just going to be spectating, not listening, he's just kind of in deep thought and he grips onto a pelt he has. Just thinking about someone.
You can do that, absolutely.
Yeah.
While we're all going to rest, Oakland's going to stay up. The 4 hours that Lex has, what's stay up with Lex at that time and like get to know Lex a little bit,
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
find out where they're from and stuff. And while doing that, he wants to finish her transmutator stone, please.
Okay. How long have you got left on the transmutator stone?
I'm on 3.5 hours.
And how long does it take?
8.
Okay, so you're going to stay awake for 8 hours. No, sorry, 3. So
4 hours. So
4 hours.
because I'm up for 4 hours, so I'm going to use that 4 hours to complete it.
So that would put you up to 7 hours.
Yep. So I've got an hour left to go,
Good.
which depends what happens in the morning.
Okay, cool. Greek.
Creek's gonna head to bed, but before she goes, she's just gonna put sort of a hand on Oakland's shoulder and sort of give it a bit of a squeeze and say, "Don't worry, we'll reunite you with your brother. It'll all be okay."
Thank you. It's been a while.
And she's just gonna go and sort of hunker down, and then again, sort of facing away from the group, she's just going to sort of close her eyes and sort of speak to Eldath and just sort of say, "I know you're watching. Please make sure that these people are cared for and that they find their journey peacefully and safely." And just gonna go to sleep.
And as you do, you make that gesture. As you look out from the dome, as you start to bed down and make yourself comfortable, the snow kind of like blusters up. You know those kind of small little spiral of little whirlwinds of snow? One kind of like passes you. You see these things very often. And one of them just spirals and spirals until it kind of goes into a very gentle, larger shape. And the snow then forms some sort of like humanoid figure as it spirals around. And you can see 2 legs as it spirals up and up and up and up. And it becomes very loose in terms of its appearance as it's made out of snow. And you see this thing just...
I'm gonna kick the shit out of that thing.
and in front of you, just bear with me. And it comes out very, very, like... It's almost not offensively, so you can tell it's like in the wind, right?
Shit out that
And
thing.
you can tell by the time it reaches the head, you can see 2 large protruding horns to represent a tiefling and a tail that wisps around and then just stands in front of you. As it then kind of like goes away with the wind. We'll get to you in a minute, Central.
I'm joking.
Okay.
Is this something only I would have seen? Or is like for me?
I would say that you are the only one that really sees this, unless anybody's actively looking. Who else is looking around? Is not preoccupied.
Your boy is just.
Sentry would see this. Oh, not
I assume that me and Lex are probably too busy talking.
correct. You two are talking. Say's probably getting some catnapping, and Jackal's tucked in.
Yeah.
So it's only Thazor was getting some rest. So you're the only one, really. Unless Sentry, you do want to go and swing at it, you absolutely can if you want to. What would Sentry do?
Yeah, I would have kicked the shit out of that thing.
Okay. So what you see is basically
I have
this.
no fucking clue.
You see this almost like a dance of snow just build into this humanoid figure, into this very clear tiefling. Sentry, you see this in front of you. You get one. Before you make your swing, you go out with your sword. You are about to go out, and you go into your bubble, and you go for a swing. Okay. But before you do, you notice that in the center of its chest bears this resemblance of an amulet that Sal once wore.
Oh shit.
Oh.
And you go to throw your greatsword and you stop. And you just like...
I'll continue.
Oh, you'd continue? Okay, fine. You go in and you swipe it. But before your blade reaches, the kind of gentle wisp of wind just blows it all away anyway. And you just slash your blade into the snow as it disappears.
The ghost of Sal?
Oh my god.
It's the fucking ghost of
Freak,
Sal.
you don't really know what that was. Sentry, you do. From very obscure kind of like features. Sentry, as you place your greatsword into the ground and you thrust and miss, you immediately kind of stop and just like look into the distance. Make a perception check for me.
Oh no.
Okay. Natural one.
By the way, I'll obviously raging during that, so...
Yeah, I get that. You're doing your rage, you're doing your swing. The same to the owl. I got it. Bear with me. Okay. So, what happens is, as you swing and your blade hits the ground into the snow, very similar to what you normally do, and you miss, as it hits the ground, you just look up into the distance, and cinematically this is how this looks. From behind, you just see this piercing orange glow that illuminates the whole of the back of your form, and in front of you, you just see a shadow of your silhouette in the distance as it peers, as almost like you've got a torch behind you. Are you doing anything right now?
Okay, so we're... Oh, okay, so we're outside.
You're out the bubble. You've gone to attack something that's outside.
Okay.
And it's almost like, I mean, just to put it in a sense, like, you know, military lights that go like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've just had that behind you. And as you swing your sword down and regain your posture and look around, you're just behind the alcove of this little curved space, and you just see towering 10 foot above this space is the neckline of this golem just standing dormant and just staring straight back at you. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Yeah.
Whap whap.
Please continue following Dungeons Delvers with a Z on Instagram. If you like what you see here, please give us a follow, like, and subscribe. It feeds Ollie's beer habits. If not, then don't. But we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and bye!
Bye.